You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I thank the Lord for my many blessings. Don't stress and keep a vest for protection from the barrel of a Smith & Wesson. And all my niggas in the pen, here we go again. Ain't nothing separating us but my Mac 10. Born in the ghetto as a hustler. Hold up, straight soldier, bucking at the busters. No matter how you try, niggas never die. We just retaliate with hate, then we multiply. See me striking down the block, King Kong is mobbing like a motherfucker, living like I wanna. Ain't no stopping at the red lights. I'm sideways, thug life, motherfucker, crime pace. Let the cops put their lights on. Chase me, nigga, zigzagging through the freeway. Race me, nigga, in a high-speed chase with the law. The realest motherfucker that you ever saw. Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Say goodbye to the bad guy.
You need people like me.
Everybody gotta die. Everybody say goodbye to the bad guy.
So you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad
Ain't
guy.
no escape from a deadly fate. And every day there's a million black bodies
What's
put
the
away.
big deal?
I'm starting to lose hope. It seems
What's the
everybody's
big deal?
on-
So, I thought about this video a lot. I was like, give it the attention, don't give it the attention. I'm not really worried about what you guys are doing out there. I'll talk about more of that. So basically, this is where I sit at with it, is I see this as an opportunity to close this chapter and move completely past it. I've lived in the shadow of a lot of lies and public shutdown, I guess you could say, or just basically the effects is I've lost friends and I haven't been able to go to certain events, and it's all just been because of lies. And now I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know what? I have the evidence to prove these lies. I've had the evidence to prove these lies, and I didn't put it out there because I was concerned for people that the evidence would reveal that they were a liar. So I didn't put evidence out there, right? But I've had it. But I've lived in the shadow waiting for people to get their stuff together. So there's a lot that I went through over the last 5 years when it comes to people trying to shut me down or hate on me, whatever it was. And I've supported these people the whole time. So it's literally they just don't like me for whatever reason, right? And so their effort is to take me out, and they all group up and everything. And I got drama with all of them, but the situation here, which actually does sprout further than here. It's not just Hellcat that I've had this experience with. It's other groups as well. Some I didn't even realize until more recently, but at the same time I knew all along. My intuition was there. So my feelings about Hellcat, right? Let's go to the facts. Let's start off with the facts first, right? So the facts of the matter is, this is my favorite riding sweater. I love this sweater. I've had this sweater for like 4 years now. And I've always sported it for the most part. When I had my falling out with Hellcat, I still wanted to wear the sweater, and so I had it altered to a way that I felt comfortable wearing that. So this is custom to me. This is not like a product that I'm pushing across the internet. Like this is a custom thing that I made for me. I'm the only one who has this sweater. I don't, promote it as like, oh, go get this cool new sweater. I don't do that. The picture only came, it was literally, okay, let's go back to the facts, right? So the facts. So the fact is that I love this sweater. Like, it's a good product. I'm not denying that, right? I don't support Hellcat anymore because of what I've been through. So that's the fact of the sweater. Another fact is that I'm allowed to have my feelings, and I'm allowed to express my feelings on whatever clothing is mine. I'm allowed to do that. And nobody has a right to tell me I don't have the right to do that. And to get offended and be so publicly, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did this type thing, you know. It just seems really ridiculous and far-fetched, and like you're really reaching. Here's another fact. You guys have all known about the sweater. Leah, they all knew about the sweater. I had this sweater for years. I've had it made like this since 21. When I finally realized you weren't gonna stop pressing on me, I finally said, you know what, I need to come to a closure with this situation with Leah, and you know, this is kind of how I did so. Like, I knew, or I felt, that a lot of what happened between us was because of drugs involved in your life. And so it wasn't you I was really fighting with or going up against in this challenge to make things work in our friendship. It was the drugs. And so I made this to make me feel better about the situation that I had been through with you. It was the only option I really had. You know, I had to figure out a way to find my own peace in it. And so that's what I did. I found my own peace in it, and I altered it in a way that I feel like this is what I was up against. This is why I wasn't able to get along with Hellcat, was because I was up against this. And so this is a powerful statement for me. Like, I wish it would have been different between us, you know? So that's the fact, is that they all knew about it. So for them to bring this up now, it only shows that they're reaching. They're reaching really hard and far right now, and it's because I'm back. I know that's why. It's because I'm back. They had no way to hurt me or anything like that anymore. It's because I'm back. Another fact is that we don't have to support your brand. We don't have to support your brand. We don't have to not alter our clothing that may have your brand on it. We don't have to not do that. We can do whatever we want, and you guys don't have the right to try to publicly attack people or to try to like fire people up about it because you're offended by what somebody did. You don't have a right to do that. And those are facts. So it's more bullying. I mean, that's basically what this is all about, right? If you don't like Hellcat, you better just leave type thing, right? Wow. So you're demanding people like something rather than just presenting a good product and foundation behind it that would make people like it naturally. There's a reason why I don't support a couple of you groups out there. And this is the foundation to it. But there's a reason why I don't support a couple of you groups out there. And I don't have to. And I be the poster child to stand up for everybody who feels the same way. We don't have to like Hellcat. We don't have to like the Clutz. We don't have to like the Tunes. We don't have to like the Rejectz. We don't have to like any of them. We don't have to like you guys. That's just the reality. You guys did things for yourselves out there. Everybody saw it. Everybody sees it. You're lying to people, Amber. You're lying to people constantly. You're like over here trying to like act like you're some sort of like rights fighter in the community, but the fact is that you're posting lies to people. So you're not being a good element to the community, Amber. You're lying to people. So this whole thing, the facts, more of the facts. And for anybody who's watching, this whole thing, the way that I feel about what I was up against, it was a situation that happened between me and Leah. And so here's basically the rundown of the lie that Leah told about me and why it became such a big deal in my life, obviously, because of how it affected me. So it was around the time that Leah had got her shop, and Throttle Nuts was really starting to launch. Leah was in her own shop, and prior to Throttle Nuts, Leah was one of the biggest names in the community when it came to motorcycle riding groups on Facebook, right? And so I knew the topic was going to come up that about holding rides from Leah's shop to help promote the shop and, you know, boost revenue sales for Leah. And so I knew the topic was going to come up, so I just waited for it to come up. Eventually it did come up. Dan was the one who brought it to the table, and I told Dan I was for it. I had no problem with the with the change of the rides. I was good for it, right? But Mac was not. So when we contacted Mac and started talking to Mac about it, Mac was like, no, absolutely not. We're not changing the ride location. It's staying at 76. That's my spot. It's always going to be my spot. So Mac was ultimately the one that made the final decision of we're not changing the ride location. And so it wasn't me. I was for it. And I do have that recording.
I'm not moving the meet over there. I'm not changing the time of the meet. I'm not willing to do that. I put too much work into every Thursday. I go every Thursday. This is our meet spot every Thursday for our pre-ride. If she would like us to include her in that, we can do a pre-meetup at her place. I have no issues with meeting at her place on any other days we do rides around down there. I have no issues with that. But I will be meeting at 6:30 and leaving at 7 from 76.
Why?
Just I put too much work into. That's what we do every fucking week. That's what we do. That's what we do. Like, everybody's like, why are you changing it? Hell, people are PMing me all fucking morning. Why are you changing them all? Well, I didn't actually change it, but we're changing it for this week. But I have to still go to 76 because not everybody. People just know to go there. People that don't even have internet, they don't even have throttle lunch. They just go there.
And so there's a little bit of topic of it back and forth, and eventually the night comes where it's, are we going to hold a ride there or not type thing, right? And so Dan held a ride from Leah's shop, and then Mac held a ride from 76, and I was presented with the option, what do I do, right? And so because I was partners with Mac, I didn't want to leave my partner. At the time, Dan was just a manager. He wasn't titled yet. He was just a manager type thing. And so I went over with Mac because I wasn't going to leave my dude that I'm in business with, right, hanging. And so I went over there with Mac, and then we went to bike night that night, and we were talking, what, 2020, something like that. We went to bike night that night, and Leah comes up to me, and Leah was never at bike night. Leah, as the rumor was out there that Leah doesn't go to bike night because of me. That's not true. Leah's never gone to bike night. I think I've seen Leah at bike night maybe 3 or 4 times in like 7 years. That's not a joke. But anyways, Leah's at bike night on this night, which is one of the times I've seen her there. And she comes up and she gives me a hug and she says, hey, you know, how you doing, this and that. And then she says sarcastically to me, thanks for holding a ride at my shop. Well, obviously I didn't hold a ride at her shop. I was with Mac at the other place, right? And so I told her, I was like, hey, Leah, let me talk to you tomorrow. Let me call you tomorrow. We'll talk about this. There's more in the whole thing. You know, it's for a different time of a conversation, right? We're at bike night. And as soon as I said that, she flips out. She goes, oh, hell no, we're going to handle this right now. She goes, I don't play that shit. And she starts jumping into a crowd of 30 or 40 people, and she's making this huge scene. And there's people watching. There's witnesses to this. I'll name the witnesses in a minute. But this crowd, they're all hanging out and they're having a good time. And she's jumping to this crowd calling names. She's calling Dan, calling Matt, and I'm like, Leah, what are you doing? It's not that big of a deal. Leah, what? You know, and she had her backpack. She had like a backpack on. And I reached and I grabbed like her backpack. I'm trying to get her attention like, Leah, right? So I grabbed her backpack and I tugged on it like that. I was like, Leah, you know, come talk to me, right? And I'm looking, or she starts swatting back like that. And she goes, don't touch me. And I'm looking around, I'm like, dude, I did not touch you like that. And I can see people who are watching. And so who were watching at that time was, you had Doug right over here, right? So Doug was literally like within 7 feet of the whole situation. He was standing there watching it going down. You had Katie and Troy, who were just starting to date at the time. They were both hugging, and they were standing there watching it go down. They were probably 2 feet away from Doug. You had Zeus. Zeus was standing right here next to me. I think he was even leaning against the tree. And then you had Jonathan Diaz was standing right next to Zeus. And then you had Monique and Joe that were standing right behind me. I could have sworn somebody else was standing right here. I can't picture that face, but I feel like somebody else is standing right here because I'm looking around and these people are right here, right? And I'm like, dude, I didn't put my hands on her. And all these people saw. They all saw because she was making a huge commotion out there at Bike Night, right? And so all these people saw what happened. And basically the conversation went from, why didn't you hold a ride at my shop, to don't put your hands on me. And then she just started running with that. Like, oh, he put his hands on me. He put his hands on me. And then, like, Bike Night's over. We all go home. And that night, she goes right onto Hellcat and she puts this big post about, I put my hands on her. And you got all these people falling in line. And even Doug, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you tonight. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You were standing right there. What are you talking about? You know I didn't put my hands on her, dude. And it went and it sprouted. Within weeks, I started having female friends of mine just block me, not talk to me no more. I couldn't go to events. I had, within a couple of months at the most, I was being contacted by some very serious people who wanted to hurt me because this lie just kept going. And she was stacking onto it. I kept hearing people say, oh yeah, she said that you pushed her. And another person say, oh no, she meant it out as you like grabbed her, swung her around. This is the lie that's been out there about me and Leah. This is why I feel the way that I feel about Leah. Leah's never cleaned this lie up. Now here's the thing, right? It took me a while, but I was able to get evidence in a conversation with 2 of the witnesses who know I didn't put my hands on Leah. And I've tried to reach through these witnesses. I haven't, these 2 mainly, but I've reached out and I've spoken loudly in front of the other witnesses. Like, it'd be nice for somebody to like stand up and say something now, right? Like, you guys see me going through this, and I'm going through it alone. Nobody who knows the truth is even speaking up about it. Everybody's just letting Leah run with their thing. And it's gone 4 years now. I have this, like, I already like separated myself. I'm still affected by the lie that Leah has. So there's still people who don't know the truth. That's what this is for. This is the closure of that truth. So this is basically, this is my final chapter with Hellcat and Leah, and from here on out, everybody knows. Like, you know how I feel, you know what I went through. I'm not hiding it no more. So I've had this evidence since 2021 of this conversation of, and this is kind of around the time that I did this, because I'm feeling strong right now. I'm like, I can prove myself now. I didn't do this, right? And so I'm feeling strong at that point. So I've had this evidence for that long. But the thing is that Leah told this lie to some big, serious people. And I was concerned about her. And I felt that was very noble of me. That instead of proving my innocence for my own safety, I kept that part secret for her safety. Because I didn't know I didn't know the repercussions, because this lie, it's a serious lie. It's a serious lie. It made a huge impact in my life. I had my life with maybe not my life, but my safety was definitely in jeopardy. And I don't believe it's ever lightened up. Like, I believe that there's still, if I run into certain people, that there's still going to be something from this lie. And so I have to go out there blindly, not knowing who's going to be where when I go, right? I'm nervous. I'm like, who's going to be there? Who am I going to have to interact with? And I have to like be strong through all these lies that I'm going through. But the big one, the one that sank me pretty hard, was Leah's lie. So I never exposed Leah because I was concerned for her safety as well. I'd rather be the one that gets beat up, right? And so now, since this is so bad for me to have, I feel it's a good time to close this chapter. So here's the recording that I have from the witnesses who are standing right there, who have convinced me through our conversations that they've talked to Leah and really tried to like convince her to clean it all up right, which I don't know is true. They could have been playing me because I come to find out it's Mojo, right? They're Tweedledee and Tweedledum when it comes to I'm a douchebag and I like to watch it. You know, I like to see people get wired up from it. And that's, anyways. But at the time, we were still working on our friendship. We weren't great, but we were having a conversation, and we were still trying to like come back together on our friendship and everything. Before I realized I was just done with him. Like, this was my last time I was like, hey, like, this is me, you know. And I basically that's where this recording came from. Was a time where I sat down with him just like this, and I spoke with him just like this, and was like, look, check it out, you know.
So let's say just the definition real quick of talking shit. Basically something that's not true. So I go out there, I throw a piece of garbage on the ground, I punch some guy in the face, and then I walk off. I did that. Somebody tells somebody I did that, that's not talking shit. That's exactly what happened. You saw the truth, you told somebody the truth. I walk out there, I walk past a piece of trash, and then I walk past a guy who looks like he's been punched in the face, and then some guy says he threw that on the ground and then punched that guy and walked off. That's talking shit, right? Okay. Or
how about this? How about, Jeremy's at bike night and he grabbed Leah and he started yelling at her and put hands on her. That's talking shit, right? That shit.
It is talking shit because it's not true.
And that's what I'm talking about. That was real life, and we squared a lot. And I said, no, that's not what happened. And somebody, even on Facebook too, they were like, well, you need to talk to her. I don't need to talk to anybody. I was there. Yep. I saw, and that's not what happened.
And I appreciate that.
And that's my sister.
And when that topic came up last time I was here, I didn't really have that in my head that you did do that for me. That you went around and took care of whatever you did. I wasn't like I wasn't saying that you guys didn't have my spot on there. What I was trying to get at was more so as you guys seen what she did. And I've heard you say quality over quantity. That didn't seem like quality. And so if you're talking about we want quality people like around us,
dude. When that shit went down, that didn't feel that serious. That felt like
really,
but it shot very serious.
We were going to dinner.
It's still very serious.
I watched it and I was like, this is fucking dumb, and it's their problem. Come on, let's go eat. That's literally what I said. Like, I was like, Leah and Jeremy are gonna fucking figure this out now. But I had forgotten about my little sister's propensity for blowing shit the fuck out of proportion.
Because I've promoted you guys before.
You did?
I've promoted you guys a couple of times. When Tharments first started, I promoted Hooligans a couple of times. I mean, we've even given you guys community leader awards, you know. I mean, you guys, I've definitely made sure that you guys understood that you stand out above others, you know. And I did that same thing for Leah, you know. I talked to Leah. I tried to squash before I did that whole first event thing. I even have the messages, and you know, I told her I forgive her. I forgave her. The same thing I told you guys that night.
Yet, man.
Please tell her I forgive her. Remember, I told you that night happened. Tell her I already forgive her. And I told her that. I told them to tell you that I forgave you that night, and then I even told her I forgive you for involving. She denied that she involved specifically to harm me. She said that she was just trying to tell a friend, and then the friend kind of took it off his way. But what did you expect?
Right.
Did you really expect him to sit there and go, oh well?
And did you put a stop to it as well?
And did you put a stop to it, even to today?
Misunderstanding. I said, then did you help them understand what really happened? That was my response.
Even
I've
to
gone
today.
toe-to-toe with her as well with the whole situation. I've gone toe-to-toe with her on many situations.
So like Doug's
always
name
had an issue with a lot of different people, and I have gone right.
Doug's name was the main witness, but Doug's name was the main witness to the who eventually contacted my
during the same time that Doug was all upset with everybody in Normal.
Right, and Doug was standing right there when the whole thing was going on with me and Leah.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I remember that day perfectly. It was Leah right here. I want to say you guys were right here, or I know Johnny Diaz was here. I know Troy and Katie were right there. It was when they were brand new. Doug was over here. Mac was right here. Dan Welch was right here. You know, like I remember that day very well, you know. I don't remember Amber there, but and I want to say it's possible Zeus might have been there as well, you know. And so, and I told everybody, you guys are all my witness, because I knew it was going to get blown out of proportion. I knew that she was going to go say what she was going to. I knew it. I've dealt with people like this my entire life, which is an example of what I'll show you about my life. as we get further into the conversation. So I've reached out. I've forgiven her, even though I've never done anything to her, right? I've forgiven her and have accepted that it is what it is. Would you, if she had done it to you?
I already have.
But I'm just saying, would
she did. Well, she didn't do as bad as... She never did me like she did you, thankfully. But, I mean, dude, I've been dealing with that girl for almost 7 years. You know, I mean, we've had some major ups and downs, her and I, and I've forgiven her. Every time. I mean, she's a child.
Me? Probably not.
She's not grown
I don't
yet.
have that long of a relationship with her. Had she done me bad like that, I probably would not, because I don't have a long-term relationship with her, and I haven't gone through all of that, and I've watched it happen with several other people. So honestly, I unfriended her and stopped talking to her ass and everything.
And I wanted to thank you for that because
I was pissed off.
Monique did make that point, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm a man. I can admit when I'm wrong. You know, that's my thing.
This is something the community hasn't known. The community only, if you know about the situation between me and Leah, the only thing you know is what she told. The only thing that you know is that I put my hands on her. You know, all these people who unfriended me, blocked me and all that, they never came to me and asked me my side of the story. Very few of them did. And the people that I told my side of the story to, they didn't stop being friends with Leah. Leah didn't get any repercussions for her lie. So it was like the truth was just silence, the story was silence, but I was still getting hammered with this lie. Like, even Amber would use this lie. When the separation of Throttle Nuts happened, Amber tried to reach out to Cindy and tell her that I put my hands on Leah. And that was just like 2 years ago. So it's not something that they're not, and Amber knows I didn't put my hands on Leah. Check it out. There's not one person that can give you an eyewitness testimony of me putting my hands on Leah. The only person that you're hearing say that is Leah. Now check this out, you guys. Here's a fun fact. Leah was a huge name in the community. She was at that time. This is Bike Night. Jonathan Diaz is standing right here. If I put my hands on Leah, why didn't Jonathan take me out? I know Jonathan would have jumped at the chance to fucking defend Leah. So why didn't anybody take me out at Bike Night? Why didn't somebody say, oh, they got their hands on you, boom, 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 right? Nobody, nothing, no. Where's the eyewitness testimony at a packed Bike Night? So I've lived in the shadow of this lie, losing all the potential. Think of all the potential. In the light of this lie, I was still able to do what I was able to do with Throttle Nuts, with Live on Bike Night, with all that stuff, right? I was still able to do it all. Didn't slow me down one bit. But imagine what I could have done had I not had this lie shadowing half of my potential. And then comes the Throttle Nut split. And so now there's a lot more lies going on about me. For some reason, the tactic to win me is lie. It's not truth, right? You're not bringing truth to people. You're trying to make them believe something that's not true in order to win. And it's never going to be a winning tactic, especially when a guy who's been lied on and now has to record himself to defend himself against lies. Man, I've been lied on so much in this community. Everything, all the drama that I've been through with Tim, with Leah, with the Clutz. It's Clutz, you guys. It says Clutz. It's C-L. It's Clutz, okay? I'm not the only one who sees it. It's Clutz. With Clutz, with Rejectz, like, it's all lies. And I can prove it. You know? So that's why this video is being made. This video is being made for me to close that chapter and scoot you all off the table that I focus on. Like, you're not on this table anymore, because all you're doing is, and you're hurting people. There's a lot of people out there right now who are believing your lies. Innocent people who, one, could probably care less about the drama. Two, now that you've involved them in the drama, they're a little curious about the details, and now they're served lies. And now, like, you're fucking with the reality. You guys, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. Fine, hammer me down. Do it in an alley, like Mel, right? Make me look like him. But don't damage the community anymore. Like, stop lying to people. If you want to get people against me, just do it. Just do it. Handle your business the way that you need to handle it. But the community is done with it. Like, come on, you guys, look at, you had, if I saw all of it, which I'm probably sure I didn't, it's probably leaked out to several different other places right now. But all these places are going to see this video. So that's why it's like, it's cool. You guys can make all the mess you want. This video is going to clean it all up. And you guys are going to be the ones that have to answer for your mess. So I've seen in 3 groups now, right? So the post about me wearing this sweater. So it was in the Clutz group, it was in that Sacramento Bike Night group, and it was in Hellcat. So those are the 3 places that I saw it. So the Clutz group has like 2,600 members, something like that, right? Which is only 1,000 members more than when the separation of throttle limits happened. So that's, yeah. And then the Sacramento Bike Night group, which has 2,500 people in it. So let's back up. So the post was in 3 groups that I saw. Pretty sure it's been a little further than that now, but there's 3 main groups that I saw. It was the Klutz's group, it was the Sacramento Bike Night group, and it was Hellcat. So it was posted in all these. I didn't see the reactions in Hellcat, but in the Clutz group, within like 3 days, they only had 60 reactions on it. So you guys had, in a group that hates me, you guys had 60 reactions on a post to get people to hate me. In a group that hates me already, right? I would say that's evidence that people don't care anymore. Because I remember, if I'm correct, you guys used to see like 150 easy on any post about me. People were like, this is so fun to talk shit about. Oh, I got my experience with them, even though they never met me or whatever, right? And I got all that too. I've been through a lot, you guys. I've been through a lot over lies. So in a group that hates me, you guys got 60 reactions. And most of the comments are the same old people that were doing the same shit 2 years ago. So I'm not very impressed with that. It looks like your fan base has gotten smaller. And I'm pretty sure also that a lot more people see what else is going on. They see me coming back out. They see what you guys did. You guys might not realize it, but a lot of people don't approve of what you guys did. A lot of people think that what you guys did was probably one of the most shadiest things anybody could ever done to somebody, right? And you guys live in the light of that because those were your actions. So there's nothing that you guys can change there. I don't know how you guys go like, oh, we didn't do this every day. It's just weird. It's weird to me how you guys can literally like go out there and be like, every week, dude, and it doesn't like, you're like oblivious to the fact that people are like, oh my god, those guys again. So now that I'm coming back out, I see it, that you guys are threatened by my presence. You guys, for some reason, like, beating me down is the best way to handle me rather than being better than me, right? I don't really care what you guys do. I'm not focused on you guys at all. My situation with you guys is done and over with. You guys dropped the ball. We got it. You guys can't stop me from doing what I need to do with my name anymore. You guys can't. I don't have no other issue with you guys, dude. You guys took what was mine. I got it back, and I called it the whole time. I told you. One, you weren't gonna run with it. You weren't gonna keep it. You were building on something that you were gonna lose. Why would you do that? Change your name. Like, you guys could have done so much more. If you guys would have came up with Fuck Throttle Nuts, think of how powerful that shit would have been. You guys could have been the Fuck Throttle Nuts group, and it would have been dope, right? But you didn't. I did. You guys showed a greedy side of you, and a side that was willing to go to extreme extents to get what you wanted, and everybody saw that. And a lot of people who fell in line with it, and again, I feel very strongly that this is what I was up against. So don't be surprised when you see a Clutz sweater designed the same way. Don't be surprised when you see a Rejectz sweater designed the same way. Don't be surprised, because these are my experiences with you guys. You guys have tried to bury me publicly for years. 4 years for Leah, 2 years for the Clutz and the Rejectz. Like, all you guys would love to see me just roll away into a dark hole somewhere, right? And never come out again. But I'm here. I'm going to keep coming out. Sorry, guys. That's the reality of the fact. I stand strong. Nobody, and I didn't ask for this, right? I didn't ask to be able to say this. You guys made this my reality. You guys made this my reality to tell as a story, right? Nobody in the history of Sacramento's motorcycle riding community has ever been through what I've been through. Nobody can come up here and say that they've had a group be snatched from them where they had to fight and get it back, or they had somebody lie on them to some serious people that could really hurt this person. Nobody can say that. Who else? I'm the only one in this entire community that can actually say that. You guys gave me that story. I didn't ask for that. I didn't even want it. I wanted a better story where I could be happy with my friends, right? There's too much pride, too much greed running between you guys. I already called it a long time ago that you guys were going to implode. You guys were going to separate from the inside out, because sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll always separate groups because of love affairs, drug, whatever. There's just so many things that happen when those elements are involved, and it makes people go different ways. It happens every time. Happens every time. I've seen it every time. I've seen a lot of groups of friends, and I've seen it all in the same way. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's sad, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes that's for bad people. You know, maybe that's where people discover, hey, I don't want to be a family person. I want to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and they go. And that's better that way, right? It's better that way, because then they're not pretending and destroying a family. When this person can find a family person, they don't have to worry about sex, drugs, and rock and roll no more. But that's what happened, you guys. That's why you guys have lost half of your fan base and all this. That's why you guys have, you know, put yourself into a situation where everybody sees you in a certain way. I honestly don't think that you'll ever be able to fix what you guys have done to the community, like the image that they see on you like that. But I don't even know if you really care to. Like, for some reason, you guys are oblivious. So, So, when it comes to Amber, now Amber's lied a lot publicly about me and about the situation of whatever's going on. And I've proven these lies over time, but I'm going to prove them again in this video to refresh and capitalize on the fact that you guys shouldn't be able to trust Amber. You shouldn't. Amber's probably the second worst woman that I've ever met. And I wouldn't trust her with anything. Like, I've seen what she's done to her ex-husband. You know, I've seen what she's done to me. I know what Amber's capable of. Like, I can, just based on what I've seen Amber basically be capable of, like, I know what Amber's capable of. Amber's capable of a lot. And I believe Amber can be very dangerous. So, but she's definitely lying, and I'm not worried about her dangerous aspects, because I'm standing up for myself, and I'm just going to keep it at that. Like, you guys, these are the lies that Amber told, and I'll let you guys make up your own mind if you wanted to continue that friendship with Amber based on being lied to so many times. And it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary lies. Like, even this most recent post, it was like one fact, all lies, you know. And what was the point of it, Amber? What was the point of it? On a product, on a sweater you knew I had, why didn't you make a big deal about it 3 years ago? On a sweater you knew I had, right? On a profile comment on a a post on this guy's profile. Like, you guys never even liked him, you know, and for some reason you're fishing around his profile. That was a thing between me and him that day. You know, I didn't go public and be like, oh, yo, look at my new sweater. You did. Whatever, you guys are, stop snooping around Blaze's shit. Leave him alone, dude, you guys. Blaze doesn't want to fuck with y'all. Thank yourself for that. And that's another one, dude, what you guys did to Blaze, like, Blaze is a good dude. Obviously, he's got his obvious reasons why he's not Mr. Super Popular. But that doesn't mean he's not a good guy. That doesn't mean that he's not cool. It doesn't mean he's not funny. You know, he's a good dude. And he just needs people to care. And the reality is that you guys put off the illusion that you did, but then treated him the way that you did. That's not on me. That's on you guys. Blaze feels the way that he feels because of what you guys did. I just met the guy. How the hell could I make him feel like that? So, what I've seen from Blaze, what I've seen with me, there's a lot of reasons why I don't support your groups and what you guys do. And I don't have to. Nobody has to. We all have a right to make whatever we want to make as far as personal clothing and wear it without being bullied or intimidated using public platforms to do so. I'm not intimidated. I don't care if I wear this sweater anywhere. That's just the reality of it. Like, I feel very strong about the message that I send on this sweater, you know. I feel that this is why I went through so much. This is why I went through so much, is because this is this is the battle that I was fighting. It all makes sense. Like, why would so many people fall in line with an action that's not moral? You know, like, hundreds of people fell in line with these guys trying to take the name from me. It only makes sense. And here's the thing, is like, I know it's present with Hellcat. Like, I know it's there, right? So you guys can't tell me I made a fake product. I'm lying to people here. I'm not. I know it's present with Rejectz. I know it's present with the tunes. So why wouldn't it be present with the Clutz? And it all makes sense. Like, after I was sitting there going back through it all and everything, it all makes sense. Like, why would so many people make such an action that was against morals to try to take somebody's shit and run with a trademark and act like it's theirs, like they know it's not? Why would so many people do that? There's only got, you know, it falls in line with all of it. And then, of course, you know, it's not just them, right? It's you know, I've gone through what I've gone through with Hellcat. I've gone through what I've gone through with the Rejectz, and I've gone through what I've gone through with that dude Joseph in the Bike Night Sacramento thing. You know, so let's break some down. Like, obviously, these are all the people that are wagging their tail and you know, barking in joy anytime these guys roll up, right? All these little lap dogs that are just running around, you know, playing cheerleader. So, let's start with the Rejectz, right? Since I've already mentioned Blaze, we might as well go into the Rejectz. So everybody knows what happened with the Clutz, right? Everybody saw it. You know, here I am holding strong. You guys didn't win. You know, there's going to be a lot more information with the whole Throttle Net story. That's going to be a different video. The documentary's on its way. I'm already talking to somebody about the production of it and the publication of it. So it will be coming. And I'm not going to hold nothing back. I have a lot of truth in there. And so you guys did it to yourselves. That's all I got to say, you know. That's all I got to say. You guys did it to yourselves. I'm just telling the story how it was. And so if you guys are mad about it, oh well, be mad at yourselves. So that part's done. Everybody knows what happened there, right? And this is obviously just another attempt to attack me because I'm back, and they have their own little feelings about it. So the situation with KSU Paul and the Rejectz, the reason why I don't really get along with the Rejectz is KSU Paul had a key factor in when the Throttle Nuts breakup happened, right? He had a key factor in shutting down the 10.7 thousand member group that we had at the time that was known as Throttle Nuts, that I still have. But he had a key factor in closing that down. So what happened was basically 2 months prior, so basically what happened was after the Throttle Nuts breakup, after all the public bullying, and I realized that I was a target and everybody was trying, they were all trying to hurt me. After all that, I decided it was time for me to pull back. I was just going to give the group away. I was going to focus on my family. I wasn't, worried about the community type stuff. I was just going to let it all go. I was going to just do me. And so for 2 months, I was backing off. I was removing myself from groups. I wasn't going on rides. I wasn't hosting rides anymore. I was basically just starting to. I was going to give the group away. I was going to give the group to Tanisha. Tanisha was going to change the name. She was going to, turn the group into something different, continuing the same thought process that I had for the group, and so that was the plan. And so just before, like a couple of days before New Year's 23, KSU Paul hits me up and he's like, hey, I noticed you're removing a lot of people off of your group. And I'm just like, well, it's not my group anymore. I'm giving it away. The name's going to be changed, And he's like, well, I'm just saying, that you're removing a lot of people who ride and it doesn't really look good for your group and this and that. And I'm just like, well, look, dude, I'm not worried about your drama, I'm letting the group go. I'm focusing on my life. I'm not worried about this, right? And he took that information and I can't remember if it was like within a day or if it was in like 3 days, but he gave it to Amber, and Amber reported a trademark infringement on the group. Shut down. Facebook shut down a 10.7 thousand member group. And they didn't even have a trademark to do that, right? So Tanisha, who is key factor in the saving of this group, of the group Throttle Nuts, she was on the phone, on the email for 2 weeks straight, going back and forth with Facebook, showing them evidence that I was the original creator of the group, that they just changed their name to this. They don't have no trademark. Like we went back and forth probably through about 6 something emails or whatever, back and forth with Facebook, with their tech team. I believe personally that this whole situation, the whole breakup of Throttle Nuts, made changes to Facebook, because this was a 10,000 member group, the largest group at the time in Sacramento, California, right? The 5th largest economy in the world, California. And so I believe Facebook absolutely took notice of what was going on and definitely made changes because of what was capable. Like, how was Amber able to close down this group when she didn't have a trademark? How was that? So that, I believe, was a thing that Facebook changed. So anyway, so KSU Paul, that was where I was sour at KSU Paul, because he was the one who brought Amber that information that initiated that result that Amber took, right? And so and that's when I took things personal, like, aim your targets at me. And that's what I kept telling them, like, keep your sights on me. I'm going over here, leave the community alone. Because they were attacking, like, people I was hanging out with. They were talking shit about them and stuff. Like, I was trying to rebuild a manager team, and I don't know what they did. They must have gotten the ear of them with some bullshit. But basically, like, anytime somebody would interact with me or anything like that online, in person, whatever, they would get to that person. So there was a huge orchestrated effort to eliminate me and what I was doing or anything like that, right? So I was backing off out of it. But when they closed down the group, I finally was like, you know what, dude, like, somebody's got to stand up to these people, like, and it was my place, because it was my stuff that they were taking, and so I did. That's where Fuck Throttle Nuts came from, and that's the only group I ever made content for, the only name that I ever made content for that really like damaged it in any way was fucking Throttle Nuts, and that was mine. Like, I realized that the diamond was Throttle Nuts, and I thrashed that. Okay, you guys want the diamond. If Throttle Nuts was a Lamborghini, that shit would have been fucked up, right? That's what I was saying basically, is if that's the item, if that's the prize, the reason why you guys are doing all this, fuck that. I don't give a shit about that. It don't matter nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's worthless if it's going to turn people into monsters. That's the way I look at it. So when KSU Paul did that, I had a sour thing at him, right? I basically lined him up with the Clutz, and they were all in one package. There was another incident that I had with that I didn't have personally, but that I witnessed with KSU. So around the first time, we all started riding together. We were out, and Mel Sherry was out there, and there was this girl. We were at the bar, and this girl was like really drunk or whatever, and she was just having a bad night. And KSU Paul thought it was the funniest thing to fuck with her, right? Make fun of her, laugh at her, and she's just really stressed out. She's trying to find her purse or whatever it is. Mel Sherry gets involved, and she's trying to like help her or whatever in some sort of way, but it's like turns different direction, and eventually gets where the lady like comes at Mel Sherry. Now, mind you, KSU was defending Mel Sherry, but KSU literally like shoved this chick on her ass, dude, right in front of me, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck, dude? Like, seriously right now? I couldn't believe that shit. And that shit stuck with me. From that point on, that's all I saw him as. It was the dude that pushed down that drunk girl. You know, like, what the fuck? Honestly, I should applaud him for that. I wish I would have gone back to that day and been able to just handle that business with him for that, because that was wrong. You know, to get involved, and I just, no. Anyway, so more recently, right, there's the incident with Blaze. So here I come, I'm back out, right, and it happened that the day that I came out, back out to the community with a tattoo on my back, proud, walking with this new torch and this proud achievement, and I'm proud about what I've been through, you know, the onslaught of everything that these people have put me through, and I'm still here. I'm still stranded strong, you know. I'm still able to walk with my shit, right? So I come back out, and it just happens to be Bikers Night, which is the holiday that I'm trying to launch. That it's awesome. I love it. I love the idea. I get a lot of great reactions out there. If I can literally push this throughout the world in my lifetime, I'm going to, because I think it'd be fun. I think it would be really cool. Anyway, so it happened to be Bikers Night. And so Blaze happened to show up with me Bikers Night, right, at my meet. And me and him got to talking, and he had said a couple of things to me that made me really like think, well, like, if you're a part of these people's crew and everything, like, why would they be doing these things? Like, it makes no sense if you're like a friend, or if, you know, but I didn't say anything like that to him. I'm just sitting here thinking it to me, right? And so Blaze eventually, he gets on his bike, you know, we were twisting a blunt, and he eventually gets on his bike, and I told him, I'll find you a bike night, we'll smoke this blunt, right? So he heads out, he goes to their meetup and everything, and then we all end up at bike night. And so obviously I'm, you know, the star, because it's my first night back out. I got my shirt off, I got my tattoo, I'm walking with, you know, my torch, and I'm proud of it. You know, and it eats the Clutz up. They hate the fact that I'm there in general. Not just them. There's, you know, little monkey boy who likes to fucking, you know, wag his tail and fucking clap every time the Clutz show up and shit. And, you know, there's a couple other little people out there. But basically, you know, so Paul, he says, what's up, right, to me. And I looked at him, and I was like, what's up? And he said something like, along the lines of, we never had any issues or anything like that, right? And I believe I said something along the lines of, that's not how I remember it. You know, like, I remember we did have issues, you know? And he was like, no, you struck at me a couple of times, you know, but I never struck back. And he's talking about it like online, like I did. There's a couple of posts that I made one, talking directly to him, and one, just talking shit about him or just making fun of him in a way, and he never struck back. And so I respected that, and I was like, that is a good point. And so he was like, we can be cool, we can let it go, stuff like that. And I was like, I'm down with that. And so me and him, this fool shook my hand, right? And we, after everything, I'm willing to forgive him for his effort and putting down the group and all that stuff, because it was technically Amber who shut it down. He was the little one who delivered the message, but I'm a second chance kind of guy. And so this guy is trying to show me, man, stay faced, and all this, and we can move past this type thing. And I'm like, cool. So I shook his hand. There's a couple of witnesses to it. His little crew was there. I had a couple of friends that were there. A couple of witnesses to this, right? And this guy shook my hand, and the agreement was, what happened in the past stays in the past, and we'll move forward to a positive future, right? For the good of the community, to bring the community back together, to bring them, blow it up, stuff like that. Basically, we were on the same page about the understanding we were making agreement to. So anyways, I asked him, just right after that handshake, right? I asked him, hey, where's Blaze? And as soon as I said, where's Blaze, this fool KSU goes, ah! And bends over hysterically laughing, right? And I was like, why? What's wrong with Blaze? Why this reaction when I said Blaze, right? And there was no real answer. We kind of just went our separate ways, but there was that. And so I sat there and I put that in my head, along with what I got with Blaze, and I put that in my head too. And so I find Blaze. I go over, we're smoking together, we're hanging out, we got people coming by us left and right. Me and Blaze both recognize it. You had KSU, you had Amber, you had all these people were watching me and Blaze smoke this blunt. It was funny. So anyways, after that night, after bike night, right, I hit up Blaze and I was like, look, dude, I want to come smoke a blunt with you, right? And so he was like, cool, and so we met up and we smoked a couple of blunts. We were hanging out for a little bit. And I asked him straight up, and this is real, this is who I am. I see what I see, right? And I want to help somebody, right? And so I told him straight up, I was like, hey, let me ask you a question. He was like, what? I said, how do you feel? How do those guys make you feel, is how I said it to him. How do those guys make you feel? It didn't take him very long to say, honestly, not very good. And then as soon as he said that, he started into giving me examples of things that they've done. Things that they've disrespected him, ways that they treat him like crap, all sorts of things, right? And I'm over here thinking, this has been going on for a year. They've pretty much been doing this to him for a year. Just basically, puppeting him around, oh, you wanted to be cool? Well, here you go. Here's some of the cool girl. Oh, no, sorry, you don't get none. Oh, here's some. Oh, no, you don't get none. Oh, here's some. No. So they've just been, pupping, and it's a joke to them. It's fun. They're all having fun, right, doing this to Blaze. And so I told Blaze, I was like, to be real, man, you don't need to be treated like that, dude. You don't need to be disrespected, bro. How do you allow that to yourself? How do you allow that to yourself? And so Blaze started to make his own mind up that he was going to start to leave the Rejectz. And I told him straight up, because I had already had, a few hour conversation with him. I was like, dude, I'll make you a fucking Throttle Nuts manager. And I did. I made him a Throttle Nuts manager that day. And so me and Blaze get to talking a couple days later, and he's going through his exiting of the Rejectz, right? And he's the first one to stand up to these guys, right? So this is a monument thing in them, with them. He's the first to stand up and set the road out, right? He didn't agree with how he was being treated. So he did that on his own. I made him a Throttle Nuts manager just because, I looked at a dude who had just been basically disrespected for the last year, and I saw his potential, and I saw what he was trying to do for them. I saw he's a good dude, I saw all that. And so I made him a manager. I figured with what I've been through and what he had been through that he could be a good addition to a positive future. and what we're trying to build. Because he was talking all that same way. Like when we first started talking at the meet, that's the way he was talking. The positive, the bringing things together, the things that we could do, new ideas, like all that. He's talking exactly how I like to hear. You know, so I'm already listening. You know, and so and that was before I realized he was being disrespected. I'm already listening. Like he's already talking about the ways that the community is going to grow is by people who are talking like that and want to make action on those words. So I had already like linked up with him and was like, you know, so I brought him on as a manager, and that's where we're at now. Now Blaze is a wild one, you know, aren't we all? I mean, I'm the bad guy, right? Aren't we all? But what KSU decided to do with Blaze, after KSU shook my hand at Bike Night on August 29th, Bikers Night, after he had shook my hand, he goes and he tries to send Blaze in as a mole. He's like, oh yeah, get in good with them and figure out what he's doing or try to damage whatever it was, right? He was trying to have him like delete all my managers or mess with the group in some sort of way. And he was trying to have him bring him information about what I'm doing or what's going on or whatever it is. I don't know what benefit KSU thought he was going to get. Like, I'm probably the most public person out there. I tell everybody my plans. You don't have to send a mole in to know what I'm going through or what I'm up to or anything like that, you know. But this is KSU. This is the douchebag who I've known as a douchebag for a long time, pretty much since he pushed that woman on her butt. The douchebag that shook my hand at Bike Night, no more of the drama, we'll move forward to a positive future, is now trying to send a dude that he's been disrespecting for a year in as a mole on my operation. This is KSU Paul. This is why I don't fuck with the Rejectz. You guys, KSU Paul has a reputation out there. He's not a popular guy. You know, the people that he decides to surround himself with, they're not popular people. So if you're rocking with KSU Paul, then you're starting to get that same reputation. Because KSU Paul has a reputation. He's a douchebag. He's not trustworthy. Everybody knows this. You know, and then everybody knows the elements that are around. So on that note, KSU, don't shake my hand again, dude. Bro, don't shake my hand again. Don't even try. You know, just do you, bro. Do you. I'm not focused on you. Don't focus on me. Just do you and let me do me. Don't try to stop what I'm doing. I'll put that straight up. You know, if you think yeah. It takes a lot of balls to shake somebody's hand and then go out there and be that scandalous dude again. But I expected it. It's not anything that I didn't expect from you, especially. And from any of you guys. The reality is, like, I would have expected that same thing from the Clutz, from the Rejectz, from Hellcat. Like, I would have expected the same thing from all of you guys. Shake a hand, go out there, be shady. So, I don't support that. So I don't support the Rejectz. I don't support what you guys put Blaze through. I don't support what you guys may have put other people through. Blaze is just the first one to stand up for himself. And he wasn't even going to do that until I asked him, how do you like the way they treat you? Or how do you feel about, you know, how do those guys make you feel? Like, he wasn't even going to stand up for himself until then, you know? So it's like, I'm glad I was, like, able to fucking put a stop to him living like that. Because that was bullshit, man. I was sitting there, man. Not only like the stop to what I've been living through too. Like, this video is going to be the stop of it all. You get nothing you guys do from here on out is going to matter. You guys are just basically going to throw rocks at a brick wall, because that's all there is. You know, you guys don't have any, and it's funny too, because you guys are such a big group, right? You're so many people, right? But you have no power. You know, you guys, you have nothing. Because you hide behind lies, and you hide behind shady, scandalous behavior, and you treat people like crap, and you're disrespectful. And there's so many things. Like, yeah, there's some people that be like, oh, you're so cool, I like kicking it with you. But there's a lot of people that be like, dude, like, don't you guys know how to be human already? You know, don't you guys know how to be real? Don't you guys know how to be fucking classy? Or, I mean, you guys, and this is everybody. I'm talking all you groups that I don't fuck with, right? Clutz, Rejectz, Hellcat. I'm talking to you guys. You know, Sacramento Bike Night. I'm talking to you guys. All the hater groups, all the groups that are out there like specifically spawned and designed to hate me, right? You guys aren't doing anything good for the community. I'm a good element to the community. There's a lot of people that I've helped. You know, there's a lot of vision that I have. I'm not selfish in any way. I don't need anything from the community. I bring to the community. So, and I've done it in the shadow of all your BS. The community sees it all. Everybody. You guys might not hear, but I do. You know, I see people. I service Sacramento in my work truck, and I run into a lot of people in the community, and we have a lot of talks. There's a lot of people who never agreed with you guys' choice. So, so that's how I feel about KSU. I don't necessarily have issues with anybody in his roster, managers, or anything like that. Like I said, a couple of people I was friends with before Rejectz was even a thing. Even Throttle Nuts, one of them I was friends with even before Throttle Nuts was a thing. But there's a reputation following KSU. And anybody who backs KSU or falls in line is basically falling in line with that reputation. And you guys, I'm telling you right now, you know, like, you may not hear it from other people, but I do, and I'm letting you know, like, there is a reputation that follows KSU Paul, and if you guys stay in line with that, you guys are falling into that reputation. So this is me just giving you a heads up. Think about that before continuing to fall in line with KSU Paul, right? And then the same thing with the clubs. Like, you guys have all given yourself your own reputation, and everybody knows, you know, that if anybody's like cool with you or kicking it with you or anything like that, that they basically fall in line with your reputation. Like, you guys publicly bullied it and tried to steal something from somebody. Everybody sees it. Everybody saw it. And then now you guys are living in the wake of your own shit. You know, like, you guys are stuck with your own baggage in this whole situation because you guys did this on your own, you know? You guys should have changed the name. You guys should have went so many different directions with how you approached every aspect, every step of the way. One, you should have never lied to the community. You should have never gave me a way to show the community that you guys were liars, you know? But you did. But you did. And then, so let's go on a little bit to the Bike Night Sacramento group, the other one that had my post in it. So this guy's name is Joseph, right? Joseph is another douchebag. So what happened was, we go out one night, we're having the topic, what was it, back in 21? It was in 21, because it was around the time I was trying to reunite with Leah. I had hit her up and was like, hey, I forgive you the night of, type thing, right? And so the property manager is throwing a fit and trying to have all sorts of like rules and details. And then of course he's also like creating conflicts. Like, he's having the cops tell people one thing, and then the people are thinking that like the people who are trying to help, you know, me and a few others were like responsible for it. And it was just a big twist up thing that was going on, and I was tired of it. And so I was speaking up for the community. Property manager even tried to close me down. He was like, don't do the show tonight. I'll have you arrested, you know, all this stuff, disturbing the peace, whatever else. I didn't even answer my phone. I just left it alone. But I went out there and I did my show with all that, right? And I was basically standing up for the community, letting them know we don't need this place. We can go elsewhere, right? And so I invited Leah out for that. After that show, everybody, you know, who doesn't know the details of what was going on with the property manager and just wanted to judge me and talk crap about me started doing the whole he thinks he owns Bike Night. So that's where the I own Bike Night came. Like, we all own Bike Night, right? But it was the thing that they were like throwing spears at me with. Oh, he thinks he owns Bike Night. And then so this dude Joseph goes and he brings to birth this group, which is cool because, you know, a new group is at birth. So it's the growth of community, which is cool, right? Might be a Nic Olesman hater group, but it's still a group that's at birth. And so I'm like, cool, you know, and then I realized it's this dude Joe. But anyways, so he bursts this new group, and, you know, he's like, you know, all about hating on me type thing in the group. And so basically, because I promoted in the other group, like, this is a group of people who don't like me, don't want to watch me or whatever. And so that was like the whole get down with that. But the thing was with Joe is there was this girl, Hot Rod Blonde, and she's in the car racer community. So she does her videos and her whatever, her lives and her YouTubes in that community. She's got a pretty big following. 70,000 or something like that, I think it was the number. And so she comes out to bike night. She hears about bike night. She comes out to bike night, and I, for some reason, like, I felt like she was a little bit different, but she had like some things going on, and so I caught her on camera, and you know, we eventually started talking and everything like that, and I thought it was cool. And then she made a post on her platform about this Sacramento Bike Night, you know, and spreading the word on bike night. I thought it was so awesome. And this dude Joe starts like he's Joseph, he's like making comments on her shit, right? And they're like douchebag comments. I'm sitting here like, what's this guy's problem, right? And so I'm standing up for her, but not like being rude to him, just like, you know, well, I think it's cool type thing, you know? And I go and I get busy. I don't know, something else was going on. I come back to my phone an hour or two later, a couple hours later, or something like that, and this dude Joseph's like messaged me privately, and so I'm like, all right, what's this fool got to say, right? So I'm looking, and this fool's like talking to me like he's my boss or something. He's like, oh, I spoke with Hot Rod Blondie and told her such and such is going to happen, and we're going to go over here and this and that, and he was like, and you're going to do this, you're going to walk her around, and you're going to introduce her to everybody, and da-da-da, this and that. And then he goes, so suck it up, Buttercup, this is your time to shine. I'm not playing, dude. I can't make this up. Here's the screenshot. I was like, first thing is you could take that last sentence, shove it straight up your ass, dude. The fuck do you think you are talking to me like that? I don't give a fuck what kind of issues you got going on. I don't give a fuck how offended or ruffled up or butthurt you got of whatever the situation was with Hot Rod Blonde. Like, a woman worked this dude up. Like, this is douchebag as shit. This dude's like, he's attacking this woman, right? And then because I was like, well, I think it's cool or something, you know, he starts fucking coming at me, telling me this shit, sending me this fucking message, and I'm like, oh hell motherfucking no. So I start, after I fucking sent him that message back, I start researching who he is. Come to find out, he's a little bitch ass motherfucking lapdog motherfucking the one who wags his tail and fucking claps every time the Clutz show up. He's his neighbor, right? And so I'm like, and then my cousin lives over here too, right? And so I'm like, I hit up both little bitch motherfucker and my cousin, and I sent him the screenshots of what this fool sent me. And I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, this fool started it. I didn't do anything, right? I didn't do anything. This fool started it. He sent me this message right here, making these little fucking whatever illusion was in his head about the comment he was trying to say to me. And then that little bullshit at the end, suck it up, Buttercup. Like, what the fuck, fool, right? And I sent this to little bitch motherfucker and my cousin. I was like, hey, he did this first. Like, I didn't start this. He started this. I'm gonna stand up for myself, though, because who the fuck is you, right? Talking to me like that, right? And their response was, oh, well, we respect him. We don't respect you. I'm like, dude, I'm your fucking blood, fool. What you talking about? Like, you respect him. This is what you respect. He's a douchebag to a woman, and he wants to say some dumb shit. That's what you respect. But somebody who's standing up for that shit, you don't respect. Cool. All right. So that's what happened basically with me and Joe. And that was like back in 21, right? And then, you know, time goes on, you know, I find out about his little group, his little Nic Olesman hater group, and I jump in there and I start talking shit and blowing it up. They finally blocked me out of that, right? It was fun. It was whatever. I was just ruffling feathers because I thought it was fun at the time, you know. But basically, that's who this dude is. That's where we have history. That's why he was so adamant. Oh, can you please post this in my group? So he wanted to stay in the community too. He didn't care about the Hellcat brand. He cared more about hurting Nic Olesman, and he didn't care about who he was staining with this image. Like, he wanted to, like, he didn't care that you guys may not like the drama. He didn't care, like, he didn't ask nobody, hey, you guys, there's drama with Nic Olesman. Would you guys like to see this picture? Like, he didn't ask. He was just like, boom, throw it in there. You know, make them deal with it. And then, of course, you know, it's also like with the demand, if you're in this group, bounce, right? Like, you can't fuck with me if you fuck with him. And they're all these people who had fucking came at me sideways and did some dumbass shit to me, right? So these are all the people that are like, oh, if you fuck with him, I stood up for myself to all these fools. That's why all these fools got a problem with me. I stood up to myself to all of them. I stood up for myself to all of them. That's why all these fools got a problem with me. And so that's basically the situation that happened there. Now, I have looked at Joe's little, bike night group and everything like that. And I gotta say, Joe, you're a pervert. You're a straight pervert, dude. You're like an old perverted dude, right? He idolizes a little bitch ass motherfucker. Like, you could see, like, he'll take pictures from like afar, and it'll be a little bitch ass motherfucker who wags his tails and claps his hands every time the Clutz show up, right? It'll be him, but he won't even be knowing his picture's being taken. He'll be like, boom. And so he idolizes a little bitch ass motherfucker. They like butt buddies or something like that. And then he's a creeper. Like, this fool's always posting like stuff that has to do with like women and bikes, and that's cool and everything, but when your whole group is like majority of that, like, that's what you posted. They went to Sturgis and all he was posting was like pictures of women that have no idea he's taking their picture. And it's not like he's taking a picture of the bike and the women are in the picture. The women are the centerpiece of the picture. He's taking a picture of the women. So he's out here just randomly taking pictures of women and posting them on his social media. These women have no idea. He didn't wake up or walk up and say, hey, can I take your picture? No, he just took it from afar. And he's doing the same thing at Bike Night now too. This fool is out there taking pictures, and he's an older dude. He's got gray hair. Anyways, he's out there just taking pictures of women who have no idea their picture's being taken of. And then he's posting it in his group as if it's the thing to do. Like, look at all these women who have no idea I took their picture tonight. Dude, this guy's a creeper. He's a douchebag. He's a creeper. I've never had a good experience with him. Honestly, I would be embarrassed to have him wearing my shit. Let's just say that. Because he's not the kind of person that would represent your shit right. So if he's wearing your shit, it doesn't look very good. He's a creeper, he's a douchebag. It's not that he doesn't like me. I could care less if he doesn't like me. It's I see what I see. Look at his group. Look at his group. This dude is a creeper and a douchebag. So that's my thing about Joseph. So yeah, Joseph wanted to have, he used his group to hurt me. So I don't support his group either. Why would I support a group that they're like, hurt me, let's hurt Nick, right? Like, hey, everybody, let's go get your pitchforks. Let's go get Nick, that son of a bitch. Why am I the big deal? Let me ask you that question, dude. If I was just any random dude and I posted a picture of a Hellcat hoodie or some other hoodie that I altered, how would you guys have reacted to that? If I was just random nobody, right? Don't nobody fucking know me at all, and I just come out and I'm just like, or I just posted it, nobody would even have thought twice about it. The only reason why this picture surfaced is because it's me. And then they want to have in their comments, oh, he's nobody. He was barely around. He was barely on any rides. He wasn't even there. How do you justify that? Like, how do you say that? Because here you guys are boosting me up as I'm like, you guys have made me the most popular person in this community. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that. You guys did that based on the way that you guys have tried to tear me down. And here I am standing strong through it all, right? Because it wasn't easy. Like, you didn't just give me a platform. You guys made me crawl to it. Hurt. A lot of loss. The only thing that hasn't happened is physical. But I've been waiting. For years I've been waiting. Because I feel that's all you guys have. You guys can try to stay face and try to take me down publicly all you want, but I think that as far as I know at this point, it's not happening. This last attempt is probably the biggest shot in your foot because you guys demolished her brand. Like, do you realize there's a lot of people out there that feel this way? Like, Leah, you weren't secret about the life that you had fun with, right? Like, you didn't. There's people who were there. There's people who saw you do it. There's people who were there, right? And so you weren't holding any secrets, right? And so it's like, for you guys to like come out and be like, dude, you don't have as many fans as you think you may have. and you don't have the right to force anybody to like anything. You know, people will set their decisions with you based on their experiences with you. You know, most people probably won't even listen to what I'm saying and take that. These are just my experiences with you, right? So this is what I've gone through, and everybody's watched it, so it makes it like this show now. It's the, you know, the moto community show. Ridiculous, dude, that this is it, right? But it's there, right? But you guys have given me this reality to tell. The words that I have are not made up. These are the facts. This is what happened. You know, these are the people that did it. Like, you guys gave me that story to tell. Don't get mad at me for telling it, you know? And I'm not worried about it, dude. I'm going to tell my story anyways. I bet you get mad. Come. Tell me how mad it makes you that I tell the reality of the story that you gave me to tell. Bet. Walk up to me and tell me how mad you are that I remember the details and the facts and that I have evidence to it. Walk up and tell me how mad you are about that. Bet. So let's go through some of these little comments that you guys had. I just wanted to run through it. It's fun. I'm just gonna basically random like shoot whatever comes to my head because I put some thought into it and stuff too. So all right, where are we at? These are going to be all the messages, comments. Alexander says should be a copyright infringement. No, Alexander, do more research on the details there. Catherine says, oh, good point. Defamation. So defamation, that was one. Yeah. So defamation is something that's not true, you guys. So we can keep going with the whole defamation, and there's no defamation in anything here. Most of the time, defamation of character, which I should just tell you, just do research, but most of the time defamation or something like that is something that was done publicly. So like I would have had to like publish being keyword, publish this somewhere, and then it be false. If it was true, it would not be defamation, right? So there's that one. That's how, I'm not even going to get into it, but that's how the Clinton things were all, because there was so much true about it. That's why it wasn't defamation for all those Clinton products to come out. Those Bill Clinton products or whatever. I'm not even going to say that one because that one has something else. There's something different in there. Bill Herman. I don't even respond or anything like that. Todd Westmoreland, he says, Nick who? Okay, so that doesn't hurt me at all. Like, Todd, you're a douchebag, because Todd didn't even like riding with anybody. When Todd first rode with everybody, he didn't like it. Me and Todd met up at my work. And I'm the one that convinced him to come back in riding. So Todd wasn't even going to come out anymore. So anyways, like me and Todd, we had known each other from out. I'm the one that brought him back in and saved his whole thing. And even towards the end of it, like he was one of the people that, and so for him to be like, oh, Nick who, right? And another one is, why can't you all be more like Todd? Oh, I think I just came up with a shirt. Why can't you all be more like Todd, fool? Yes, Nick who? That is the goal. When you guys are like, who? Nick who? I don't know who Nick is. Imagine how peaceful life is going to be for you, for me, for everybody. For everybody. Think about that. When you guys are like, I don't know who Nick is, right? Just like Todd is right here. Like that's gonna be huge. So I forgot the shirt. What was it? Be more like Todd. You guys should be more like Todd. Be more like Todd. I don't know. I'm gonna find it. I'll figure it out. Anyways, here's one. Okay. Robbie Joe Martinez says, I vote for the Clutz. Robbie Joe Martinez. Robbie Joe, this message is for you directly. Don't ever come up to me again. Never, ever walk up to me again, Robbie Joe. Because Throttle Nuts broke up because of you, Robbie Joe. Your story is there. The story of Throttle Nuts is there. I stood up for you, Robbie Joe. Nobody in the Clutz stood up for you, Robbie Joe. So, Robbie Joe, you are one of the people who are no longer allowed to walk up to me. I have no words for you. It's that simple. Norman, blah, blah, blah. I see karma off in the distance and it's getting closer fast. What does that mean? Norman, what does I see karma off in the distance and it's getting closer fast mean? How about we do this, Norman? Stop seeing karma and make the shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking stop waiting. Oh, the waiting game. Just fucking do it. Karma, let it come. Right? Let's see Nick get fucked up. Why don't you guys just do it? At this point, you guys are all just a bunch of keyboard warriors, because I've been out there in front of all 30, 40, 50 of you guys a couple of times, and all I get is fake handshakes. So basically, you're all just a bunch of keyboard warriors. Oh, karma's coming in, fading in it. Norm, I told you to your face. I'm very disappointed in you. You should act your age. You act like a teenager punk. Brent, from the outside perspective, splinter differently, fractions, possibly, blah, 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 bad vibes. It's all good. Keeps me, maybe others, wanting to ride with anybody in Sax. That was a good one. You know, he's just like, you know, oh, here we go. Yes, there she is. Oh, she said, Amber says, Brent, you should come ride with all of us on one of our collab nights on the only nights that they actually pull numbers anymore, the collab nights, right? Because you got 4 groups and it's only the admins now, right? They don't have a following anymore. People are turned off by them. It's just them. They're still in their little world of wherever the fuck they think they are still, right? And so this is that. Oh, you should come with us on one of our collab nights. I seen you guys roll in on Bikers Night on one of your collab nights, and that had been one of the bigger ones because I was coming out right, and you guys wanted to really like show some strength and the way you were coming out, and you guys probably rolled in with like 30 people. 4 groups deep, only had 30 people in it. I would say you have taken a giant step back to what Sacramento was before Throttle Nuts was even born, because once upon a time we used to roll 60 deep into Bike Night. And that would happen for almost a year. So for you guys to be like, oh yeah, and you guys only have like 30 people rolling in out of 4 groups, that's not very impressive. And I'm not the only one that notices that. So this is a good one, Jackie Elrod, you guys. Jackie's like, yo, ghetto as fuck, dude. Jackie's hood as fuck, right? She's hella hood, right? What a waste of human life. Drugs are bad, kids. Prime example here. So here's a couple of things that I wanted to stack onto this with you, Jackie, right? 1, drug test me anytime you want, dude. Drug test me anytime you want. Matter of fact, let's open that door both ways. Let's drug test you. Let's drug test every one of your friends. Let's drug test them all. Here's a question. How come I've never been at any of your drug parties? Nobody has a picture of me doing anything anywhere at one of your drug parties. You don't even have a picture of me present at one of your drug parties. You guys have known for a long time I've never been into drugs. I was never invited or included in any of this that I'm learning about now, right? I was never included in all the drugs. So, is this a fake comment? Like you're acting? Are you acting, Jackie? Or do you seriously believe that I may be on drugs and that your friends are not, right? Cheryl Patrick is two-faced. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. I've never seen a real picture. Like, this is somebody hiding behind a profile. And I don't know who it is. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Cheryl is. But it will, like, I can tell it is all for, like, the Clutz and everything that they're doing. Like, it likes to watch me get hurt. But then it will hit me up and be like, oh, I'm so proud of you. You're strong. You're doing good. Keep rolling strong. Those guys are jerks type shit. I don't know if that's the exact words, but so Cheryl is just two-faced as shit. And in order to just, like, do this whole, like, go on here and everything, it just wants to be, oh, I want to jump on too. I want to be on the screw him bandwagon too, because it's no fun if I'm not there. I'm going to leave the other one alone right there because she probably doesn't know what's really going on, because she's probably misunderstood with my history with Leah. So this video will basically answer her thing. Vincent says, dude's been a clown since I met him. I don't know if I've ever met Vincent, right? And then Janet Gomez says, what a clown. And I actually like being called the clown or a clown. See, because especially I'm the bad guy, right? So I kind of do feel like a clown. And so when you guys refer to me as a clown, like, I don't know, man, like, my Joker vibes just start, like I'm starting to feel it, right? Like, I am kind of the clown, dude. like, I do stand out pretty prominently in your guys' attack field, you know, and look at me go. I do feel like the clown. So when you guys call me a clown, it doesn't hurt. I'm actually like, yeah. Daryl, what an asshole. Justin Baker, seen him at Bike Night a few weeks ago, walking around with his shirt off, trying to look cool. He needs to grow up and move on. I have, Justin, I have. Nathan says, with his lame ass RC tattoo on his, like it's an MC. Nathan, it's actually a circled R. It's not an RC. And what a circled R means is registered trademark. I'm willing to bet Nathan has absolutely no MC experience at all. And so for him to even, like, speak on it in any sort of way or anything like that, it just makes him look really idiotic. So, and then they go, oh, about the RC tattoo. Okay, so the tattoo on my back, right? It's my torch, you guys. It was a tug of war over a trademark, and I was the only one holding the rope on my end. And there was a lot of people holding the rope on the other end that didn't want to see me get this, dude. A lot of people tried to shake me off of my own shit so they could have their friends get it. And so this on my back, it's a torch. So I walk with a torch. There's a torch you can't take from me. And nowhere in the history of Sacramento has anybody ever been able to put a circled R next to the name Throttle Nuts. And now I can. I'm the first one in the history of Sacramento to put a registered trademark symbol right next to the word Throttle Nuts. So, obviously it's not an MC. It's not an RC either. It's a proud tattoo. It's a trophy. It's a trophy of one of the biggest public tug of wars, bully, beat down shit that I've ever been through, dude. Tim Gold, I love this guy. This guy's he's been in the drama since the beginning, and he starts off, we generally don't get into the drama that this person brings and ignore it for the most part, but when it's about us, when it was about us, okay. But like I never said, now he's attacking other well-established groups where Leah was once upon a time, the largest group in Sacramento. At that time, Leah, it took her 3 years to get to, I think it was 2.3 thousand members. It took Throttle Nuts 1 year to get to 3.1 thousand. So we launched over her in the first year. And then we doubled our own numbers in the second year. Throttle Nuts holds more records in this community than any other group that's come in. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Because the way that I came in to run this group, the way that it was supposed to be done before all of you guys tried to use popularity to run it your own way, that was the group that was really making a difference. That was the group people enjoyed. The people, it was the one introducing people. It was the one bringing people together. Everything else is separated. And you guys have just fallen into the past. You guys are only separating. I don't know if Tim ever knew about the story about me and Leah, like the truth behind me and Leah, right? I don't know if Tim ever knew that. So like, I mean, you can't really hold him accountable for like that. Like he probably does believe that Leah is a good person or whatever. He may have heard it, but I don't know. Maybe he thinks that I'm the bad guy because he doesn't know that it's a lie type thing, right? So I give him the benefit of that doubt. But he absolutely loves to get into the drama of everything, right? And he wasn't even a manager when Throttle Nuts split up. Like this dude wasn't even a manager. He was just like Mac's little butt boy. I'm not sure what my only comment for someone so hell-bent. I'm not hell-bent to talk about the community. And let's get this right. You guys, in my eyes, are no longer in the community that I work on. So like if the community that I'm focused on was the table, you guys have been like slid off the table. Like you guys are not there anymore. And you have yourselves to blame. Like, why would I include you guys in my terminology of the community when you guys have made me live in the shadow of your lies and your bullying, and I've had to play tug of war with my own shit for so long? Like, why would you guys think that I would include you guys in the community? Like, that's... You guys make sense on that? So yes, I do good for the community, but you guys are not what I focus on when I speak of community. You guys, yeah. Being a positive influence for other riders in the area, yes, I do that one. He does talk trash a lot of fellow riders. Who? Who, Tim? I'm asking you right now. Who do I talk trash about of fellow riders? Other than the people who have lied about me for years, tried to take my shit, tried to bully me, people that I probably still have to watch my back because I might end up like Mel, right? He's only worried about making money off of his brand, selling shirts, and building his brand to make money. Rarely did he ride with us, rarely did he participate in community events, and rarely has he been a positive force for our community. He is in it for himself. I mean, this guy only has been riding for like 5 or 6 years and he thinks he represents us. Clown. Go try to make a living off your shit music caliber, or Nick or Jeremy, whatever name you're going by these days. First off, thank you for the promotion. Thank you for the promotion, dude. That didn't even cost me nothing, dude. So that's 3 of my names right there. I don't care. I don't care what people find, dude. Do you know how many more names I got here? Let me find it real quick. Let me prove you guys something real quick, right? Maybe all those people, or Nick or Jimmy, you forgot a couple of names there, bud. Let's help you out. Let's help you out, dude. How many fucking names you think I got? You want to try to get them all? You want to try to do it? Point proven. 3 names? I got more than 10. You have 1. Walter, I'm not going to address your comment and anything other than You have no idea what it's like to be in my shoes. You have no idea what it's like to gone through what I've gone through. So enjoy it while you can, enjoy your little laughter on the side and all this and that. But let's just say I've altered my life in several areas to eliminate risk. Walter, you have no clue what you're talking about. Besides, Walter, I wasn't even gonna say this, dude. Don't you have like the littlest dick in the community, Walter? Thank you, Margaret, for the picture. Walter, you're not a big guy. Kyle, I love this guy. Good old Kyle. Good old Kyle to come back around and be another douchebag in the mix, right? So Kyle stands out because he came up to me when I went out to bike night to prove all you ain't gonna do shit. Kyle came up to me with their bullshit on his shirt, and he tried to be like all cool with me. What's up, man? Yeah, we good. Da, 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 da. Anyways, Kyle says he's still on that bullshit. I've been deployed for 5 countries since it started, and he still hasn't let it go. Kind of hard to let it go when you're in a tug of war for something that's yours. Right? Kind of hard to let it go when you're being bullied. Kind of hard to let it go when there's all this other crap going on. You're trying to rebuild and you keep... Kind of hard to let it go when people post a picture about you in your sweater. Kind of hard to let it go there, Kyle. So if you want somebody to let it go, talk to your friends. Because it's like your friends haven't let it go. Because here they are telling the whole story, and I haven't even, I didn't even know this was going on, right? I had no idea that this whole thing was going on. This is you guys taking time out of your lives to involve yourself in something that, and yeah, you're part of it. So Kyle, let me break it to you also. I've done a lot too, since all this has started. I've been to another country as well, I've made a lot of money. I bet I've made 2 to 3 times more money than you have visiting your 5 countries. My life has completely changed. The whole throttle nuts thing wasn't the only thing that I went through there, bud. And Kyle, I don't like you. You're a douchebag. So, all you are is a lapdog, bro. You're just over here barking on their Amber posts a picture and you're like, oh, haha, Amber did. I better hurry up and run over there and make sure she hears me bark and wag my tail so she can see it. Nathan, he's a clown again. I don't mind being the clown. You guys might end up seeing a J tattoo on my face one day, bro. I don't mind being the clown. Because, hey, I'm Sacktown's Joker, dude. If that's what you guys are going to make me, I'm the clown. I'm the guy you want to seclude out and be like, oh, looky, he's the bad guy and all this stuff. And then you go and lie about him and be like, oh, the clown this, the clown that. Well, don't get mad when he start doing shit that the clown do. Don't get mad when he become the clown that y'all all made him think he was, or y'all all fucking don't get mad when he become the clown. Right? Here go Joseph, that one douchebag I was talking about. Hey, post this on my group too, please. Rachel. I don't think I know Rachel directly, so I'm not really gonna hold her accountable. She probably doesn't know what's going on. Marin David. We all know about you. Paul Scott, the stutter guy. He looks more and more like a middle-aged lesbian every time I see his pic. I was thinking about this the other day. Paul, if I was a woman, I would be a lesbian. I already made that decision because, yeah, I'm definitely attracted to women. But here you are talking about my looks, and it kind of makes you look like a faggot. Just saying, but he looks more and more like a middle-aged lesbian every time I see his pic. Why do you care what I look like? Faggot! That dude is farthest from knowing what thug life is. That's right, it was Paul that said that. Paul, are you closest to knowing what thug life is? Please enlighten us, Paul. What is thug life? What is thug life? Have you done research? Do you understand? Or are you just literally clouded by what you believe to be a thug life, right? And not even to get technical, let's just say something straight up, Paul. You don't take my roots from me, dude. There's not a fucking root that you're taking from me. You can try. You don't think I won't represent where the fuck I come from? You don't think that I won't represent? Hold up. Ooh, this is a take off the shirt worthy, the sweater worthy moment. Hold up. Oh, Paul. Stutter. Paul. You don't think I won't represent where the fuck I come from? You don't think I didn't grow up with some boys that I know I won't let down with where the fuck I come from? Like, you don't think my boys were some of the wildest ones that I ever met. And I was one of the wildest ones of them. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to think about me and my past or where I come from. I became who I became in life because of who I am. I became a father. I raised my kids. I became a business owner. I'm a general contractor. I founded Throttle Nuts. Yeah. I got my music. I got my kids. I got my job. I got my life. And I got my roots. And nowhere in all that life did I ever forget about my roots. I've always been me. I've always been the same dude all the way through it all. I'm just now more at the end of all the responsible part, and now I can kind of like let loose a little bit and get back into who I used to be before all that responsibility was on my plate. Anyways, to help you out real quick, thug life, it is a basic meaning, and what thug life means is somebody who comes from nothing and ends up having something. So, not only that, but I'm a huge Tupac fan. As you can tell, right? I'm the bad guy. Michael. He needs a late night visit. Michael, you are more than welcome to. My address is not secret, and come say hi. Vince Silveria. Here's the thing, Vince. You're actually friends with me on Facebook. And then I see this comment. Talk shit. It should be dealt with appropriately. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Vince. We're just going to leave this one alone. We're just going to leave it alone. You know, it's very possible you don't know the history of me and Leah. You know, it's very possible. So I'm just gonna give you the benefit of the doubt with that one, right? We just leave it alone. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't even know Michael Rule, whatever. Like, does he even know the whole thing? So I mean, some of these people are like new, right? Well, Vince is not new. He's been around for a while, but. And then Margaret, I support this message. Margaret knows that these people have lied about me. Margaret knows Leah's lied about me. Margaret knows Leah lied about me. You guys, Margaret knows this. And Margaret supports this message. Is that a fake comment? Is she just falling in line with the story? Like, we're basically going to make this post and then everybody's going to like make a comment to fall in line because we all know that Nick has a right to have this sweater. We all knew he had the sweater, and we all know that he has a right to wear it whenever he wants. We all know that we're making a big deal about it. Like, this all seems made up. All of it. Ben DP, he's a weirdo. David Mangales, his mom. David, I never did anything wrong to you. Matter of fact, hey, I never did anything wrong to anybody. So like all these people, like they chose to like do me wrong who's never done them wrong and join over here and just start talking shit, right? I've never done any of these people wrong. Paul, you can sit there and say that I did you wrong. I didn't do you wrong. I had your back when everybody else was like, nah, we ain't riding with Stutter Boy because he keeps going down. I was like, hey, Paul, I'll ride with you anytime. You know, don't even worry about it. I'm not involved in what they're going. And you're like, yeah, cool, whatever. You know, when you needed to be picked up, I was the only one who showed up. Oh, bam, came out of my fucking day to help you load your bike with your little busted ass arm because you went down doing wheelies and shit. And the reason why people didn't want to ride with you. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody ridden with you since? Has anybody ridden with you since? Or are you just over here playing puppy dog because you want friends? Or is there another element? I wouldn't put it past Paul, honestly. Paul reminds me of this kind of person. Is there another element, Paul, of why you're so... I bet you this is the element. This is why everybody turned on me, isn't it? Because I didn't do nothing wrong to anybody. But everybody turned on me and started joining in line with you guys. And I didn't do anything wrong to him. You know, so Paul definitely reminds me of somebody who does that. David, I never did anything wrong to you, dude. Don't say hi to me. How about that? Let's just leave it at that. Be like Todd. Be like Todd. Nick who? Be like Todd. Nick who? Your mom cut him off. Anthony Ambra. I don't know if I even know an Anthony Ambra. Alexander should be a copyright infringement thing. I think I already went through that one. Okay, so that's it right there, right? And then a Mac, okay. What's this guy's problem? Mac, you fucking can't stop looking at me. What do you mean, what's this guy's problem? You guys are infatuated with me. You guys cannot stop looking at me. You can't get your attention diverted elsewhere. You think about me when I'm not around. You can't stop looking at me when I am. Mac, what do you mean, what's this guy's problem? I got a bunch of faggots checking me out all the time. That's my problem. And they're lying about me and making me live in the shadow of all this lies and bullshit. And they know they're lies and bullshit. And they're lying to the community. What do you think my problem is? I don't have a problem. You do. Because I'm exposing all your bullshit right now. I don't have a problem. I'm very happy in content. I'm very happy and content with how everything's going. Like, do you guys realize how strong I am? How strong I feel? How big I feel compared to you? I'm not going to lie. When I was out there at Bike Night the other night with my shirt off, dude, not one of you guys looked big. Not one of you guys looked big. Even as a group, when I looked over and there was like 15 of you over by fucking Starbucks and you were all staring at me, you all looked so small. Because I see you from a different angle, a different standpoint now. Like, I am above you. I won the tug of war. I own the fucking name. Right? I've been through all your lies, bullshit. I've been in the wrath of that. I went through the bullying. I stood up for myself. I even had to damage my own shit to shake you guys off of it. And now I'm rebuilding my shit. I have no problems. I'm good. What's your problem, Mac? Lewis? L3? What's your problem? Because I blame you, Amber. I blame you. Anyways. I don't even know, like, there's not even a response to that. Like, oh, I blame you. Like, I couldn't blame Mac for how I am because Mac is definitely not the kind of person I am. So I'm not influenced or encouraged by Mac at all. Mac is funny. That's about the extent of it. When he is funny, right? That's about the extent of it. But what? He's got steady income, right? Like, he doesn't live on his girlfriends, right? Who, like Mac, right? He's got steady income, right? Where am I at? Yeah, so it's basically that, you know. And then, of course, you got Leah's little thing. Oh, let me know, this silly man, let me know if he shows up to bike night wearing this. Why? What are you going to do, Leah, that you haven't already done? Are you going to tell people who can hurt me, Leah? Are you going to make sure that the community deletes me and ignores me? Leah, you've already done all that. I've already been punished in those ways. Why would I care if anybody's seen me wearing this sweater? You can't do anything more. Oh, what? It's really going to happen this time? Dude, I've lived in the shadow of your life for 4 years, Leah. I've had to watch my back at events because of your lie for 4 years. And everybody who knows it's a lie, siding with you because it's so much funner to watch me get hurt and knock me out of because of what I did, right? I hurt Leah's pride because I brought throttle nets to birth. Leah's never been the same since. Damn me. I could have helped you. Leah could have still been one of the biggest names in the community. And she's not anymore. She's a part of the past. Other names are bigger now. There's other things going on. Leah, throttle nuts could have helped Hellcat grow if you didn't use Hellcat as a weapon against me. If you didn't use your lies as a weapon against me. If you didn't let your pride stop me from helping. And it wasn't just you. There was a lot of people out there. Like Mojo, like they faked friendship to me. It was not real. It was fake the whole time. He hated me. They hated me, but they were fake the whole time. Tiffany, I never had any issues with you, Tiffany. You had issues with Mac. Mac was the one that didn't like you. I supported you. I tried my best and everything like that. I don't have issues with you now. Like, but I could have helped, you know, if I was able to be able to help more. But you guys didn't allow me to. You know, everybody put up their arms. They were like, no, we don't want it. And so eventually I just focused on throttle nuts. Get to the point, you know, where you're dealing with the past drama in the community so much and all you're trying to do is birth something new and bring people in to be positive. And I've tried to like mediate between people. I even let them use the group to like kind of hash it out a little bit so they can get it out of their skin and try hopefully move past it. Like there was all sorts of things that I tried to do to help the community get past the drama it had before I came in and started Throttle Nuts. And it just didn't happen that way. Like I was attacked for that. And then I was attacked more because of what I brought, you know, because it was like, it just took off. And I was attacked for that. I was attacked all the way down the line. And I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. You know, that's, like I said, that's one thing that I still, to this day, stand strong. Anybody, like, I'm begging you, anybody at all, come up with somebody who says that I did them wrong. Let's hear the story. Come up and tell me the story about the time that I did you wrong. The time that I didn't stand up for you. And let this be somebody who hasn't put me through what these groups have put me through, right? Let it be somebody else, because with those guys, yeah, I did fuck Throttle Nuts, right? I did fuck Throttle Nuts. So yeah, let it be somebody else. But still, I didn't do anything wrong to any of you guys. Because it can even be those assholes too. Like, I didn't do nothing wrong to you guys. I stood up for myself. I put you in your place over the shit that you did. You know, KSU Paul, you fucking sent Amber that thing and fucking got her to shut down the group. I had an issue with you over that. You know, you deserve that. Because you should have just stayed the fuck out of it. Where was it your business to try to shut down the group? I get it. You want to start the Rejectz to be a better group now, right? Yeah. This is a lot of fun. So, like I was saying, you guys, this right here is going to be the very last energy that I'm going to put out into any of this. I don't feel the need to explain myself anymore. The situation with that little bitch-ass motherfucker, dude, like, that's going to be handled on its own. That's going to be handled elsewhere on a different video, a different platform, and it doesn't even need to worry about here because he ain't even that big enough for that, right? But you guys, this is the fun part. So I decided this video would be a great one to end it all. So this right here is going to be the bullshit ending video, right? So from here on out, the head of the snake is off. I don't give a shit. The truth is out there. Leah lied about me. Amber's been lying about me. They all tried to steal my shit. I got it back. That's what happened here. Leah lied about me to some big dudes. It wasn't like, oh, he stole my cookie and I never did. No, she said I put my hands on her at bike night, and she told this to some big people who have no problem fucking people up. So, Leah deliberately tried to have my ass kicked for something I was innocent for, because her own pride. So everybody in these comments that are like, oh, I can't believe him, he's such a bad guy, what a jerk. Now you know the truth. I have a right to feel the way that I feel. I have a right to feel the way that I feel. I have a fucking right to feel this way, dude. Y'all can't stop me. Matter of fact, this ain't the first sweater I'm going to have in the end, right? Like, now that this whole thing is going, I think I'm going to have me one of these in the Rejectz. I'm going to have one of me in the Clutz. I could, in the little Sacramento Bike Night, like, I might have that whole shit. My family. My blood. My blood family stood next to people who tried to take my name. My blood family did that. My blood family. My blood family. My blood family. My blood family did that. They stood next to somebody who was bullying their cousin for that name. So, I know this element is there as well. So that's another group that I know that element is there. So I'm pretty sure that's what I've been up against this whole time. So yeah, no, I definitely am very proud of that message. Like I said, drug test me anytime. I don't care. Jackie, would you do the honors? Jackie, could you hold my cup for me while I piss in this for you? Jackie, please do the honors of holding my piss cup as I do the drug test for you guys. Anytime that you want. Anytime that you want. Let's have some fun with it. This is it, you guys. You're not going to get no more. I don't care what you guys do from this point on. The only thing that you guys are going to be able to do is to physically harm me. So you might as well just start working on the plan for that. Because anything else, everybody knows. Everybody knows the details now. Everybody knows that I've been living in the shadow of your lies. Everybody knows that you guys have been bullying me. Everybody knows this is how I feel about it. Everybody knows I don't care how, Leah is offended by the way that, after what Leah's done to me, like, everybody knows now. I know what Leah's capable of. Leah and Amber are both capable of physical harm on people. And they are not scared to do it. Look at me, look at Mel. Both of us have been targets to physical harm. And we don't even deserve it. We're both good people. Mel didn't do anything wrong. Mel didn't lie about nothing. Out of everything that Mel's been through, he didn't even answer back. He hasn't done anything. He's just basically hidden himself in his little room and just kind of focused on his life. Didn't stop him from getting fucked up, did it? The only thing that you can do to me is physical, so you might as well work on that part. And I'm already ready for that part. Let's go. Because you're going to have to kill me. Because bottom line, if you don't kill me, I'm coming right back up to you at bike night, and I'm going to look you right in the face, and I'm going to call you a bitch. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. I've already left you guys alone. Go live your life. I'm allowed to wear whatever I want. I don't care if you're offended. You don't have a right to demand people to like something. You don't. You don't have a right to bully people into something. It's not right for you guys to make people in your groups just choose and decide. Well, they don't even know the details. Like, you've already lied to them and you want them to decide, you know, right? Oh, because I'm just sitting here making content all day that hurts other groups. Where? Amber, prove us wrong that I'm calling you a liar in the wrong. I'm wording that wrong. Amber, prove us wrong that you're not a liar. Show us me making content on other groups. Show us. We've already seen the Hellcat sweater. We've already seen the fuck throttle nut stuff, and that's mine. I can do what I want with that, right? I did that. The only reason why you guys were butthurt is because you were trying to hold on to something that wasn't yours, and I was able to do what I wanted to it because it was mine, and it just made you guys look stupid because you guys were like, oh no, it's not so pretty anymore. Oh man, he kicked it. He threw poop at it. God damn it. Come on, you guys. The only group so it was already a lie. So here you are, like, you better choose. It's us or it's him. He's this guy. But you just lied to him. Man, I'm very proud and happy that I'm not you guys. I don't have to live with all that. Like, I don't have to wake up the next morning after this video is posted and think, fuck, they all gonna know now. Like, I get to wake up the next morning and be like, they all know now. So, like, this is it. This is the end of the drama here. This is the end of the road of your guys' lies, and this is the end of the story when it comes to the conflict that I have between you guys. This is This is end of it all. It's not going any further than this. You guys can live in whatever world that you want to. Back in the past, where beating me up and lying about me was one of the funnest things to do. But at this point in time, in this world today, I don't live there anymore. I have moved past that. That is nothing more than the history that's gotten me to where I'm at today. So you guys go ahead and live there, and I'm not going to pay attention to it. Everything from this point on, people are going to see this video. This video is going to be out there. It's never going to get deleted down. And anytime that there's any sort of question of what happened here, I'm just going to reference to this video. You know, I'm going to send people the link and say, just watch the video. You'll see exactly what's going on. You'll know exactly what happened between me and these other groups. You'll see why I acted the way that I did, and you'll see what I went through. Did you guys know Fuck Throttle Nuts has 2,000 streams right now? Pretty good. It's not too bad at all, right? Fuck Throttle Nuts has been streamed 2,000 times as of today. That's actually a pretty good thing. You know, it's a good start for an independent artist on a track. You know, somebody who's not super well known or anything like that. But get this, right? I have a track that has 4.5 million streams on it right now. Yeah. That is something to be proud of. You guys want to know what song that is? The Rightful Disowning. The Rightful Disowning has 4.5 million streams on it right now. Bet. Caliber. That's right. I am known by more than one name. How is it that I am known by so many names and you guys struggle hard just to get one name going? Like, a whole group of you guys can't get it right? But here I am with multiple names that I've gotten right. I don't know what point I was trying to make with that. I guess I'm just in ramble mode now. What else do I want to say to you guys? You know, final word. What else do I want to say to you guys? You know? God, you can't hurt me anymore. You can't hurt me anymore. You know? It feels so good to be here today and to know that I went through all this with you guys, and that I got to this point by myself. I got here by myself through it all. I'm glad it was me. I'm so glad it was me instead of somebody else that had to go through this. It would have been really hard to watch somebody else go through this and not be able to help or something. And I guarantee though, I guarantee I would have stood up, dude. I would have been one of the very few people that dude had somebody to rely on, because I wouldn't have agreed with anything that you guys did to him. You know, I'm sure I would have been probably brainwashed or whatever based on the lies about the person, but you trying to take what was his in general, I would have never been for that. I would have always been on dude's side. You know, that's it. This is over. You can't hurt me anymore. You know, from here on out, I'm impervious to you. You know, I've been impervious to you. You haven't been able to hurt me. You see that your fan base has gotten smaller. People don't approve of what you guys did. People don't agree with who you are. You know, you'll find your people that are like you. they'll click up with you, but that's not the community. You guys abuse that word, the community. You guys don't realize what it means. You're basically using that word to justify how you're trying to make your statement sound, but you're using false details in your statements. And it's not the community. If you guys cared about the community, why would you guys go to these lengths to hurt somebody in the community? Why would Mel get fucked up like that? Why would I be in danger to get fucked up like that? If you guys cared about the community. You care about the community except me, but I didn't do anything, right? All I did was create something, stand up for myself, you know, not put up with people's shit, and fucking stand up for myself. I've had to deal with a lot of people who were assholes, and I was pretty nice to those guys, you know, all the way through. But it didn't stop them from doing what they did to me and so I think I kept myself together pretty good through it all. It's weird, I'm saying goodbye, you know, I'm saying goodbye. This is the last moment we're gonna see each other. You're gonna walk out the door and I'm never gonna see you again. And it's gonna be so much fun. A few of you had a chance to regain yourself, but you guys didn't. You guys kept doubling down on your choice to do this, you know, to take the name, to back, you know, all the lies about me. You guys, it was your choice to do this. You guys all made this reputation for yourself. People see it, you know, and that's all on you. It's not on me. I didn't have any part in your actions. I had to basically deal with the consequences, and I had my own actions. And then, you know, basically for my actions, I was the bad guy. But I don't care, because somebody needed to stand up for me. Somebody needed to stand up for Throttle Nuts. Somebody needed to stand up, and nobody else was going to do it. You know, and so if I didn't, then this would have been a much different outcome. You guys would have had it all if you could have gotten your application right. And then I would have just, you know, I don't know, just disappeared into a dark hole with a bunch of shit talk in the history of it, and that was it. You know, that was the end of the story. But nobody else was going to stand up for it all. You know, I knew I had to. And especially after you guys shut down the group and you showed that you didn't even care about the group, what you cared about was hurting me. That was when I knew. I was like, you know, in order for me to defend this chapter of Sacramento, because it wasn't just me or what I did, it was what it was. It was what it was in Sacramento. It was how it came through. You know, and what it became to people. This was something people would shout the moment they saw us. You know, it was very big. It was very big. And for you guys to just shut it down like that, just to hurt me, you know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, and then I made my little post about it. I made my little shirt, and Tim was like, oh, I want to get one of those. And I was like, dude, you guys are so just douchey. It's so much more important to bully than it is to have your morals. And I've seen it like I said, I've been on the receiving end of all the crap, but I've seen it, the actions I see in you guys, and they're not actions at good people. Jackie, who are you? Jackie, you're supposed to be a good person. You look like somebody that somebody could share all of their details of their life with and trust. But you're not. You are definitely not that person. I don't even know where you came from. I don't know what your background is or anything like that, but you act like you grew up in the hood. Like, I don't think that that is the case, though, because somebody who grew up in the hood doesn't have to act like that. You know, they have a different perspective on shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk the way you do. But you talk hood, fool, like you ready to go. I pray for you guys. I pray for you all to find healing. I pray that everything goes better for you in the future. I pray that you don't do this to nobody else. What I've gone through, what I've become a poster child for, I think you guys should try to change that part of you. Don't continue that behavior on nobody else. Don't do this to nobody else. Stop the whole bully tactics. Bully tactics aren't going to get you anywhere. People aren't going to get bullied anymore. I've had some time to have conversations with enough people to know that the choice that I made is right. You know, I didn't release this evidence of Leah's lie on me because I cared about her safety, and that was noble. As were direct words from a friend of mine who I spoke about the situation. That it was very noble of me to not put Leah in safety just to save myself. To not put her in danger just to save myself. And so, whether you knew it or not, Leah, I did that for you. Even after you did what you did. That's who I am. That's the guy that I am. You know, I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't want to see I don't want to see the drama. I don't want to, you know, it's not the guy I am. And then of course, you know, if shit's gonna happen, then I would rather it happen to me. That's why I said I'm glad that it happened to me. I know if you all did this to that little bitch ass motherfucker who wag his tail every time you show up, like, I know if you did it to him, he'd have never been able to hold strong like me because he ain't built like that. So I'm glad it happened to me. And it's over now. I'm glad that it's over now. I'm glad that it's over, man. I wash my hands of all this bullshit. No, I don't support Hellcat Leah. No, I don't support the Norcal Clutz. No, I don't support the Rejectz. You guys will not see any of their posts inside my group, Brawlernuts. To me, they're not good elements to the community. They're capable of dangerous acts, and they're not trustworthy. They lie to you completely right to your face online, and they have no problem trying to steal something that's not theirs and try to bully people out of it. I'm a perfect example of that. Here's me telling my story of what I've gone through with these people who try to, once again, harm me with a picture. Oh, he's so mean to Leah. The woman who deliberately told a lie to have me hurt. This is my life. This is my story. This is my reality. It's pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty. It's fucked up that you guys made this my story to tell. I'll put you all in your place anytime. You know, if you guys, just same as Norm, if you guys ever like wanted to like walk up to me and like hear what I had to say to your face, you know, I'm not gonna hold back. Same with Norm. I've been ready to say it to your face for a long time. Just the reality of it, and you're gonna hear me say it if you guys really want to walk up to me and try to have a conversation. Because I got nothing more to say to you than what I've said to you. So, as far as public answer back, this is going to be it. But don't think that I won't stand up for myself and say what I got to say to your face if you ever try to say something to me. But I am focused in so many different areas that I'm not really... This isn't in my radar very much. You guys are small time. You know, you guys have already proven what you could do, you know? I mean, let's look at the facts. Like, the Rejectz only grew since the breakup. Let's use the breakup of Throttle Nuts as the timeline. 2 years, right? Pretty much Nic Olesman was out of the picture and 2 years ago, towards the end of 22. And you guys had, now that we're basically in the same area, come the 1st of November will be the breakup of Throttle Nuts, 2-year anniversary, right? So you guys had 2 years to show that you were the reason why Throttle Nuts got so big, right? Because it had to be max rides. All the cards you passed out. You had 2 years to prove your results. You only grew your group 1,000 members. That's 500 members a year. That's not breaking any records. But this is what you guys were capable of. This is what you guys did. You guys basically had the whole platform. You know, I wasn't out at all. I literally took 2 years and started rebuilding my own life back at home. Going through whatever I was going through there, but rebuilding my own self. You know, because I had stepped away for it and focused on this for so much. I had to rebuild so much back here. So I went and I did my thing. You guys are over here with the whole shit to yourself with no interference to me. You don't even have to look at me like I'm not even there, right? And you guys only grew 1,000 people in 2 years. So now it's my turn. My turn to come back. And I have a whole platform for myself without you guys. So again, like, it's the same, you know, you guys were able to go out there without me, and now I get to go out there without you. I already know you're going to keep undermining anything that I do because my existence is the part that annoys you, right? Oh, we just wish he would die because his light shines so bright. We can't be seen, or whatever it is. Like, you guys don't know how to just ignore me and do you. Maybe you guys are some bright lights too if you would stop trying to shadow my light, you know, and just do you. But now I have my turn to go out there and demonstrate for the next 2 years what I'm capable of in Throttle Nuts. And so I guess the big giant question of who brought Throttle Nuts to what it was at 10.7 thousand before you guys shut it down will be answered. I give 2 years. So in November 1st, 26, then we can tally up the results. You guys stand at 1,000, right? We'll see what I stand at. Right now I'm at 10.2 or 10.3 thousand members. And I have been building because I went down a lot. We lost 1,000 members from the breakup. I brought it back up, dropped a little bit, and I've been bringing it back up. So it's coming back up again. You know, but I still have, you know, working around you guys undermining me behind my back in these other groups that people are part of, you know, so I have that. And that's something you didn't have. So I wasn't undermining you. Well, I guess I did with Fuck Throttle Nuts. I did. Every time somebody was searching for Throttle Nuts, Fuck Throttle Nuts came up. So I guess I guess I did undermine you a little bit. But it was my shit. You asked for that one. But while you guys are like deliberately out there undermining me, like deliberately, we'll see what I can still do. Because I was still able to do what I did underneath Leah's lie, the shadow of her lie. I was still able to go out there and grow a group to 10.7. I'm not saying I did it alone, but I had a hefty part of that number. A hefty part. So to say that I didn't build shit, or I wasn't there, or I didn't do anything, you guys are just trying to minimize, you know, who I am and my involvement. But the problem is that you guys have already maximized who I am. Who else Here's a good question. Who else in the community would you have ever gone to these extremes to sink? Who else? Why am I in your sights? What makes me so different than everybody else out there at Bike Night or everybody else in these groups? What makes me so different that I'm the one that's in your sights? I'm the one that you guys must sink. Who else? Why me? You guys have made me bigger than I ever was because of your hate towards me. Everybody's like, why? What's going on over here? We like drama too. And they come over and now your group just grows bigger. Yeah, oh, it's so much. Yeah, here's another one. Here's another one. And this was what I was trying to remember outside when I was coming back in. I made you stop in your lives and post a comment. Talk to your friends about it. I made you do that. Like my presence, my actions, my everything. And yeah. How do I want to say this? Okay. I'm so big in your lives that you guys literally stopped, took time, and put your energy. Your time on this planet is limited, and you put your time and your energy into me. Whether you were talking crap, whether you were liking, whatever it was. Each and every single one of you took time out of your lives to show my importance. Because you had to like fight back on it or whatever it was. But regardless, you showed my importance. You guys have given me more publicity than anybody else out there just by hating me, by doing all these things to me. You know, Leah spreading that lie about me to everybody. I guarantee she told so many people who had no idea who I was. And they're like, who? Because she wanted to eliminate the chance of them ever liking me in the first place. So let's just already plant the seed, right? As soon as they meet me, oh, he's the guy that put his hands on Leah, you know? And so it's like, I don't even remember where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. You guys took time out of your lives to put energy into my presence. And I mean, I think that's something that you guys should think with yourselves. You know, I think that you guys should ask yourselves why you would do that. If I wasn't nobody, if I wasn't there, if I wasn't some big deal, then why would you, like you guys, right? Why would you guys put your energy into this guy who's nobody? He was never there. Why would you put energy into somebody who was never there? Why would you put energy into somebody? Why? I don't understand why so much of your energy was put into me. Because you guys have put a lot of energy into me. You put a lot of thought into me. You put a lot of conversations, be it private, whatever. You know, you guys have rounded up a really good team of people against me who hate me. Why? What makes me so much different than somebody else in the community? Why wouldn't you guys do this to somebody else? Why isn't there somebody else that you guys are doing it to? What is it about me? Does I stand up for myself? Does I stand up for what's right? I'm not scared to say something if it's wrong. You guys are doing something wrong and I'm like, dude, you're doing something wrong. You know? I'm so big that I make you stop in your tracks and put your energy into me. Why is that? I think you should ask yourself that question. I wish I could be there when people start asking you about the lies that you told. I wish I could be there when you are approached about this post and people ask you, why did you lie? Or about previous posts, why did you lie? Or Leah, why did you lie about Jeremy for so long? I wish I could be there to hear and see your reactions to people confronting you on your lies. I'm trying to think if I want to say anything else. This is a whole goodbye thing, and I just want to make sure that it's like perfect and I get it all out, you know. It's important to get past this part so I can be done with this, and so I'm trying to like make sure that I have it all squared away and I'm final. And I feel like, you know, I don't feel like, oh, I should have went back and did that part. Said this and made sure I got that out there too. Like, I want to make sure that you guys hear everything that I got to say. And so this is my final word to you. This is my final word to the jerks who only are out to hurt. Never underestimate the power of a throttle nut.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody
need people like me.
Everybody gotta die. Everybody say goodbye to the bad guy.
So you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad
Ain't
guy.
no escape from a deadly fate. And every day there's a million black bodies put away. I'm starting to lose hope. It seems everybody's on dope. Mama told me to leave cause she was broke. Sometimes I choke on the endo, creeping out the window. Alone on my own, I'm a criminal. Got no love from the household. I'm out cold on the street screaming motherfucker peace. I got nothing to lose. There's something to prove. What do I do? Live a thug life, niggas stay true. I wonder when they kill me, is there heaven for a real G? Lord forgive me if you feel me. Cause all my life I was dirt broke, with no hope, little skinny motherfucker wanting dope. I hated cutting suckers with my razor blade, but every day is a struggle to get major pay. Say goodbye to the bad guy, everybody gotta die.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
Say goodbye to the bad guy, everybody gotta die.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Say goodbye to the bad guy, everybody
need people like me.
Everybody gotta die, everybody say goodbye to the bad guy.
So you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
The only way to change me is maybe blow my brains out. Stuck in the middle of the game to get the pain out. Pray to my God every day, but he don't listen. The poverty bothers me. My mama's working wonders in the kitchen. Listen, knocking, they were crying in the bedroom. Praying for money, will never get what she be dead.
DJ Mimo.
Am I wrong for wishing I was somewhere else at 13? Can't feed myself. Can I blame daddy cause he left me? Wish he would've hugged me too much like him. So my mama don't love me on my own at an early age. I'm getting paid and I'm strapped so I never be afraid. What did I go astray? I'm hanging in the back streets, running with G's and dope fiends where they jack me. Can't turn back, my eyes on the prize. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody gotta die.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Say goodbye to the bad guy. Everybody
need people like me.
Everybody gotta die. Everybody say goodbye to the bad guy.
So you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy. So say goodnight to the bad guy.
Yeah, you know what the fuck this is?
Come on.
You in the mix with my homeboy, DJ Mimo.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I could do anything better than you.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Bestie, bad days are gonna happen, okay? And you gotta get through it because they're a bad bitch. And if you can't get through it, then I can't get through it, then we're not bad bitches. So I just really need you to get it together, okay? Sheesh.
I I just realized that my love language is being a little sarcastic bitch.
Smile without your eyes. Raise your eyebrows. Stop smiling. That's your model face.
All the doubters, hello, bitch. If you think you got advice for me, keep it to yourself. These bitches all think they so tight with me. Shit. Please tell me what you did, and I'm not talking about 500K likes on your pic, bitch.
I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did this.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but sometimes it doesn't work out with someone because they're a piece of shit who deserves a piece of shit. And you are not that piece of shit.
Are you in love with anybody in your life presently?
Yeah, myself.
Follow your dreams, bitch! I love aggressive positivity. Hey, you! You're fucking wonderful, okay? You're beautiful and you're doing great and I'm very proud of you. Fuck everyone else! You're a beautiful butterfly and you deserve love, bitch!
Top 10 things you should pay more attention to. Starting with number 1. Me.
We're all gonna die one day.
Yeah, it's true.
So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. You know, go for it. If I see something, I see opportunity, I'm gonna go for it.
In response to not getting the attention I deserve, I've decided I will cause problems on purpose.
Am I boring? Sure. Social skills? None. But I'm loyal if you feed me and I will never leave you because, well, I need the food.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I was just really distracted by this little voice in my head screaming, punch them in the throat.
From this point on, just call me DVD because I'm getting older, no one really wants me anymore, and then once in a while someone will take me out, and then I get played. Thank you.
I may be 99% angel, but that 1% gets me in trouble.
I want you to reject anyone or anything that's ever made you feel like you don't belong or don't fit in, or made you feel like you're not good enough or pretty enough or thin enough or can't sing well enough or dance well enough or write a song well enough or like you'll never win a Grammy or you'll never sell out Madison Square Garden. You just remember that you're a goddamn superstar and you were born this way.
So apparently, if you treat people like they treat you, they get upset. Shocker.
I know, like, there's lots of people like K-pop haters. Well, let the, like, haters bark, but I don't even care about it.
No matter what people perceive of me, I always shine through at the end of the day. So, I've had a lot of people try to tear me down, but I'm here.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Everyone underestimates me, but then they turn their back and I'm like, boo, and they're like,
Listen up, you bad bitch, okay? I am so proud of you. You have been through so much, and look at how far you've come.
Just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called garbage can, not garbage cannot. Remember that.
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on?
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
I don't like pumpkin spice lattes.
Quit testing me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley. Test me. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley. Test me.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You have
I'm really not trying to be dramatic, but if I don't get some affection soon, I might just expire.
I am beautiful, I am loved, I am safe, I am free. I don't need to be like them, I just need to be like me.
Hey, if you're down today, you can have a little bit of my sunshine. But one day, you won't need the sunshine. You'll be the sunshine. I love you.
Sometimes people tell me I should be more gentle, that I should be soft. Things I'm not. A bunny rabbit, a room full of pillows, a handful of marshmallows. Things I am, a bitch.
You know, I mean, who wants to look, you know, simple when you can look stunning?
Love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably shit.
I searched everywhere. I looked through hundreds of files, searched through my text messages. I even looked everywhere in my wardrobe, but I just couldn't find where I asked for your opinion.
I mean, what the fuck? Can I live? Can I live? Can I fucking live? Why y'all wanna fuck with me? Why? Why y'all so mad at me? What have I done to anybody but to get money?
Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm slaying.
Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with the moon. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed.
I don't do the whole, oh my god, no, it's me, not you. No, it's you, motherfucker. Here's a list of reasons why.
And I want to thank my haters too because because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it, but it benefits me.
I just don't have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing from this drama.
It started with the wine.
The wine.
The wine. We were shopping for a bottle to bring to her cousin's soiree.
My cousin, the sous chef, she's very gourmet.
I grabbed my favorite Cabernet.
He's got no clue, and so I say, darling, the wine.
The wine?
The wine. They're serving monkfish, so darling, the wine can't be red. How about this Austrian Riesling instead?
Honey, you know I don't like the Riesling. When have you ever seen me drink Riesling?
Never, but can't you listen this once? Red wine and fish, you'll look like a dunce.
Fine, I'll bring the red, you bring the white. That way I'll still get drunk, you'll still be right.
Fine,
fine.
Fine.
Time to start putting some content together. I'm gonna start grabbing a bunch of my shit. Dude, you motherfuckers. I can't believe you. I can't believe you fucking made me do this. You motherfuckers. I can't believe you made me do this. Can't believe you made me do this, son of a bitch.